What happens when you take away the dwarven ability to delve deeply and greedily? I decide to challenge myself and answer that exact question. So today I'm building a fort on the smallest map possible in Dwarf Fortress, with mineral resources set to sparse. My dwarves are isolated amongst the many beastly races, and help is almost non-existent. Can I survive forgotten beasts, enemy sieges, and the stupidity of my own dwarves? Well, I have a 3-step plan how to not only ensure survival, but also rebuild the dwarven society into a thriving empire. But more about that later. For now, relax, crack open a cold one, and join me on this epic adventure, which began at Gotham, Rock Bottom, in the year 209. Shrug the Earth. As you can tell, the map is truly and really small. So instantly, as a bunch of camels showed up, our Androzarchuses are hunting them down. Hopefully this is not gonna cause too many issues and our animals are not gonna get injured for no real reason. Oh, but actually one camel is already dead. My Androzarchuses are doing a decent job, it seems. Not that I really wanted them hunting right now, but hey, it is what it is. If they want to, they can. Naturally, we are digging down. And that's where we're gonna start setting things up. And as soon as possible, we're also gonna start doing some farming. I'm also gonna assign a small office here to our administrator and expedition leader, so he can start counting how much stuff we've got and how much stuff we're gonna need, and so we can start setting up work orders as well. Next to the farms, we're also gonna go build a kitchen. I'm gonna set up a still and also a butchery shop, because we do have one of our own camels here and also a yak that, well, they're gonna start starving soon because there's nothing to eat here, as these rotten camel corpses have found out. Naturally, we want to bring everything we've got down here as soon as possible, so I'm just gonna build like a general stockpile right here, and that's mostly so we can start bringing everything we've got over here just down below, so it's not going to waste or not going to be stolen. Unfortunately, our Androzarchus got attacked by an oviraptor. This is not gonna end well for somebody, I guess for them at least, but my Androzarchuses are also injured in the process, unfortunately. Definitely another reason we bring everything we've got down below. We do have our first visitor. Autumn, the maze dwarf, have come around here and is just chilling in what is right now our tavern. And we even have Litas the Bard visiting right now. Oh, and we also have Erin's Hammerman visiting us. This is like a very giant, very tall human, one of the beastly races, and she's a legendary herbalist. She would probably want to be a monster slayer. That's something we might use once we go down into the caverns. We also crafted a couple of beds. I'm just gonna set up a small dormitory right here, so my dwarves got a place to sleep if they need to. Although apparently we are sleeping on the ground right there. Couldn't wait for those beds, huh? We also did butcher our yak bull. That's gonna give us some extra meat so we can prepare some food, because, well, we are pretty low on food. Of course, we cannot fish, and meat is basically the only thing we got over here. We are brewing some dwarven wine, and we got some lobster biscuits and sheep intestines biscuits. That's basically what we brought with us. And we're gonna turn the totems and the skull and the horns into some crafts we'll be able to sell to the traders early on. I'm also building a roof on top of our entrance, because I see there's already an eagle flying around here, and I don't trust that eagle. Who knows what they're gonna do. You got hatch covers here as well, and we're gonna set up some cage traps here. There are more dead camels now. Looks like a bunch of them came in here, and our doggos are hunting them down. They're certainly doing a good job at being our protectors, for sure. The wagon is now done and empty, so we're gonna just get rid of it. Our camel is starting to slowly starve, so we're gonna have to soon butcher it. We have another visitor, Etagir, and Erin's bowman is here. Look at how huge she is. And that is a bronze colossal bow that she's got. I bet that would hurt some monsters. Now we have even more visitors coming in. Holy shit. Our tavern is getting pretty full. We even got a peregrine falcon man and a bunch of gnolls here. With so many strange visitors, I think I owe you an explanation why our dwarven civilization is at stake. You see, I added a couple of additional racist mods, from Ratkin to gnolls and Naga and even bug people. They build their own forts and hamlets, and since this world is now in the year 209, 1009, those beastly civilizations have all but usurped the proud dwarven kingdoms. So it's up to me to rebuild Eat Gotham, Rock Bottom, into a proper mountain home, and make sure the dwarven race does not go extinct. Alas, there's a lot of work ahead of us, so let's get back to it. I moved the Androsarchuses just below the surface, so they're not going crazy constantly with all the animals around. And up top, we also built a small bridge that we can use to block the access down here. I'm gonna link it down here to this lever. We did manage to catch one of the camels, so that is gonna be our food. Our tavern also has the first two statues set up. One is a statue of Nightmare, which truly is a great idea to have in your tavern. And the other one is a bit more fitting, just a basic statue of a dwarf by Stukos, who is basically the one making us everything out of stone. We also do have some basic crafts that we made out of the bones that we got from the camels that we slaughtered. So that's something we can probably trade early on. I'm gonna set up a trade depot right here. And I just wanted to say that everything we're setting up right now, this is all just temporary. This is all gonna eventually get moved and rebuilt and all that stuff. But, well, as you know, we don't have much space. It's a very small map, so we're gonna have to be very efficient with how we use this space. Now, looking at my dwarves, right now they are pretty happy, but something that I see often is they are embarrassed because they are not sleeping in a proper room, because they have to sleep in this dormitory. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just quickly set up a couple of small rooms for them. And this is something that's not gonna be long-term either. Oh, but we might need some more rooms soon, because we got new migrants arriving. Oh, let's go. We got ourselves a legendary dancer, but of course. We also got another miner, a stonecrafter, and of course a child. And yet another child. Great. In fact, our starting population keeps going up and it more than doubled already. Also, there's something that I just cannot pass. A Hagromol. He's an Aaron's dancer, so one of those giant humanoids, and she wants to stay here at Rock Bottom for the purpose of entertaining citizens. I usually don't really accept many people like this, but you know what, since she's so huge, she's a legendary armorsmith as well, which is actually pretty amazing. Now, mining all of this out, we are also getting a ton of hematite ore, and I do wish we could set up some smelting and armorsmithing. Alas, we don't really have fuel to be able to do that. We would have to go and dig deeper and either find some caves with mushroom trees or maybe even magma. But of course, going deep without any semblance of military, it's gonna be very dangerous. Anyway, now that we are all the way up to 16 population, I think it's time we start renaming our nobles. Our expedition leader became Stag the Cannibal, which is, I think, an appropriate name for a leader. And our militia commander, who is currently listening to a story because, well, he's not doing any training yet, became Casual Q. But that's about it, what we have for nobles right now. Later on, we're gonna assign more. Actually, I lied. I assigned our legendary dancer, Super Strider, to become our new messenger. And he's gonna go make contact to the nearby Erin's forest retreat of Cloud Roses. We're gonna see if we can make contact and start trading with them. Good luck, buddy. Don't die in the process, please. Now with that settled, I think it's time we go further down below and we'll see what we can reach. Well, Super Strider is already back and he has brought back many tales from beyond Rock Bottom, meaning we now have contact with Erin's forest retreat of Cloud Roses and we're at peace with them. I'm gonna send him right back and we're gonna see if we can improve trade. Now we do have another problem though. There's a bunch of velociraptors who just arrived to the map and they are attacking our woodcutters. Let's be real, not a fan of that. We're gonna set up a burrow. Hold on, you better run away from these velociraptors. Let's go down below. If these bastards want to come down here, they can get caged. Oh yeah, they're already getting caged. Let's go. That is actually pretty nice. Maybe we could breed our own velociraptors. Oh, but we also have discovered an expansive cavern deep underground. Let's see where it is. All right, we just dug into this. Oh, this is really big. No trees. Well, just a couple of mushrooms growing here, and looks very open, very empty. And we dug into it from up here. And back to velociraptors, we now actually know a few facts about velociraptor training. Unfortunately, all of them are males, so we couldn't really have them reproducing. That sucks. There is a wild female velociraptor out there, but as is tradition, ladies are smarter than men, so she's not gonna get caged that easily. Well, our velociraptor problems might soon be dealt with because it's a grim reminder of the winter hardships to come, but we have traders. coming in. Our outpost liaison is here and he's running away from the velociraptor. Hopefully one of these hammer dwarfs can get to them. Yeah. Now, there goes our female velociraptor. Now, the outpost liaison wants to trade, so we're gonna, for the next year, we're gonna request some animals, and we're gonna ask for some limestone as well. And they'll want sheets and crossbows. I don't think we're gonna be making much out of that. Although, we could use the bones that we are turning into crafts right now into bone crossbows. That would make sense. Now, let's trade. We'll buy their wine because that also gives us barrels. We're gonna buy an extra iron pick. We're gonna buy some plum helmets. We're gonna buy all of their logs because that's something we can't really source right now ourselves. Then we're gonna grab some leather and cloth from them. That's gonna give them a bit of a profit, and we're gonna make them a gift of some prepared food, just so, you know, they can bring it back to the king. I see Super Strider has arrived back, and his trade proposal was a spectacular failure. I'm proud of you, Super Strider. Maybe it's better if you go do some cut jamming here, or gem cutting. Cut jamming, I prefer that. Or should we call it cat jamming? Oh, our animals are giving birth. We got some Androzorcus pups here now. 3 of them, in fact. And just as I set up almost all of the bedrooms, we also have some migrants. Come on in, fish dissectors. We'll totally need you, yes. Now, I do want to go out here into the caverns. I do want access, but since I do see there's a troll running around here, we gotta be careful with us. I want some cage traps down here, just in case. In Kazuraku, I don't want you going collecting webs down there when we have a troll that is already running around. We are definitely playing with fire over here. Gotta be very careful, but okay, we have 1 cage trap set up. Oh, the troll is climbing over. I see what you're doing there, buddy. Now, to hopefully in some way deal with the monsters from below, since we can't really get metal weapons right now, and since we have made a lot of bone crossbows already, we're gonna make some leather armor. And we're gonna make some bone bolts. Once that is done, we're gonna set up a barracks down here. Oh, but my plans got interrupted because Stag the Cannibal, our expedition leader, has withdrawn from society and claimed Craftworth's workshop. He wants bones and he wants leather. Now, leather we've got. I'm guessing bones we all turn into bone bolts. Luckily though, it seems like we captured a bunch of camels in the process. And we still have a couple of velociraptors that we can butcher, or a baby llama as well. Yep, that's all he needed. Who would have guessed that Stag the Cannibal would need bones for his mysterious creation? And Stag the Cannibal has created Kashan Bogsosh, a velociraptor bone cabinet. He offers it to the Violet Storms. Violet Storms being us, basically. Kashan Bogsosh is worth roughly 2,000, and this is Velociraptor Bone Cabinet. All craftsmanship is of course of the highest quality. It is decorated with yak leather. This object is adorned with hanging rings of Velociraptor bone. Nothing too special, but we're gonna put it into Stag's bedroom so he can, I don't know, hang his clothes there. Now, while we're preparing our military, I'm gonna allow my miners to keep digging. I'll see what we can find further below. Oh, well, that was fast. We got another cavern set. Oh yes, there it is. We got blind cave ogres here. That's probably a cavern we don't really want to fuck with. So for now, we'll see if we can just bypass it. Luckily for us, as I went to assign my Marks dwarfs, I see we actually have a couple that already know how to use a bow. Let's assign these guys. And the ranger squad is gonna be called Usto Salath, the Angry Bolts. And we're gonna make sure that they start training. At least now we got some semblance of military, and once we get some metal armor, Kazuraku is also gonna get his squad. Now that we have military, I feel a bit safer, so we're gonna go and we're gonna dig even deeper. Also, I did send Super Strider out there in the meantime, and this time around his proposal succeeded as he went down here to these human hamlets and he brokered peace. So I was looking around these caverns. There's some gems caught out there, but otherwise this is just empty. Besides that blind cave ogre over there that we don't really want to mess with. Oh, never mind. We have found more caverns way down below, and these are wet caverns, so that's actually pretty good for us. Now that we have found water, let's go even further down below, because we do need access to said water somehow. Oh, we found some gems in the walls as well. Gems are very rare this time around, as is metals, of course. Being on such a small, tiny map, it's tough, but hey, we'll have to do it somehow. We also don't have any access to flux stone, so we won't be able to ever make steel unless we import that. That's certainly going to be interesting. What is also interesting is that we have thieves. Ixtid drone thieves have arrived over here. I am not sure if I like that. So Ixtid drone thief and a null thief. Ah, interesting. And we also have an Aaron's Bard visiting us. Hummel Text Velvet, who wants to entertain citizens. You know what? Since you're giant and I kind of like it, you know what? I will approve you as well. I think 2 Aaron's entertainers here is going to be good enough for our tavern. I think now the question is, what do we do with the thieves? We could use them for live target practice, but that's just gonna really upset my dwarves. Although it wouldn't upset me, so you know what? Maybe let's do that. We're gonna set up a pit to throw stuff in here right there. I built some fortifications down here so we can shoot through. In hindsight, I probably should have gotten rid of the stairs before doing that. Well, perfect timing for that, because we have more snatchers, and this time around it's Aaron's who came in here. Interesting. Also, somehow we got troglodytes up here. I don't know where they came from or how they got up here, but that's really not cool. This could cause a lot of death and distraction over here if we're not careful, because I already see we lost some people. And Super Strider, our messenger, was the one who got obliterated. Looks like there was enough of them to get past our traps, and then they just went in. Okay, well, that certainly wasn't my plan, but it happened, so, well, we have to deal with the consequences now. First though, let's get rid of these corpses, as I have set up a crusher over here now, so we'll be able to get rid of this. Not Super Strider's corpse though. He's getting a coffin over here. It's not funny, because a couple of Dwarf Fortresses back, Super Strider, I believe, was also the first to die. Back then in a cave-in, so I guess he's slightly unlucky, isn't he? I just noticed that as we went down here to elevation 16, we got some warm stones down here, which means there's probably magma on the other side. We almost dug into it. So we're gonna check and see what's down below. Oh, there it is. We have discovered a great magma sea. I like it. This is actually great for us. Oh, we got another invader. I think it's trying to run away, or is just running in fear. Yeah, it's gone. Well, now instead of this pit, we could actually throw them into magma. But you know what? No, let's try throwing one of these guys in here. I want to see how this is gonna go. Emerge the miner is bringing it down, and oh, it got sniped like instantly. Wow, that was fast. You know what? Bring me more. Let's just make sure that these guys die. Wow, they take a while to die. I mean, the marksmen are shooting them, but the troglodytes are pretty sturdy. Look at this. We ran out of bolts, I think. Oh, and one of the troglodytes died here. Who released it there? You fools! I cannot imagine that was a smart idea. Alright, bring the rest. That is a big lady. Oh shit, it's climbing out. It's trying to climb out. I don't think it can, because the hole is, you know, right there. But no, I don't think we can actually shoot it as well. Don't worry though, our militia boys are just socializing here at the inn. That's all they're doing. It's not like we have this giant lady just trying to climb out of our pit. Oh, it's out. It's out. Somebody go murder it. Oh, it went into the cage. Not the best way to do this, huh? I think this might be a better idea. Oh shit, more troglodytes are coming. A bunch of them caged. Okay, but there's still a lot more than we have cages. We have one of our masons who got kind of trapped in the whole process. I feel like we're gonna be fighting on the stairs over here. Somebody's gonna get hurt again. I can already see it. Maybe somebody's gonna die. There's pieces of troglodytes there. Hopefully we are shooting them. It's really hard to see, but they are all on the stairs. And my rangers are now hunting. Let's see if they can catch them. Oh boy, we have 3 injured citizens. That's real bad. Stag the cannibal is seriously injured. And then our metalsmith and our mason. These troglodytes, they're gonna need the death of us if this is gonna continue like that. But we are slowly chasing them down. Hopefully you do have bolts, because it doesn't seem like you are actually shooting that troglodyte. You lost your crossbow! Dudes! What do I pay you for? Look, these guys are just running away now. Yeah, they don't even have bolts. Get the bolts and shoot that stupid thing. You're chasing the troglodytes without Bolts in your quivers. Ranger's useless. Anyway, we have to assign a chief medical dwarf now. And it looks like Emer's the miner is the only one who's got some skills in that. Let's see if we can fix some of these guys who are seriously injured. We are going to diagnose patients, so that's great. We still have troglodytes running around here. That one got trapped though, so that's good. And since my rangers refuse to pick up bolts now, I'm sending Kazuoku down here. I gave him an axe, but I guess that was needed because these two guys now killed each other. Amazing. Let's hope we can fix the dwarves who are injured now, so we don't get more deaths. We're also going to be building a well down here, so we have access to water, because these wounds will need some cleaning. There we go. The well has now been built. The bucket is full. We're gonna assign that as our water source. There's a giant cave toad down here, right next to the corpse of Zulligan. We want to recover him, but I cannot really fight this stupid toad right now. We want to recover that body. I'm gonna clear the civilian alert. Hopefully somebody goes recover him. And do you see that Doomit, our militia captain, finally got some bone bolts? And he's an expert Marks dwarf. I'm just gonna station him down here, make sure that he protects and serves. And hopefully somebody comes and recovers his corpse now. Let's see if Kazuoku can axe it down. Let's go, dude. That was well done. We're probably soon gonna get some more monsters. Yeah, there's already a cave crocodile here now. You know what? I think it's time we bring the Androsarchuses down here. Let them see if they can fight this. Let them deal with this bullshit. We only have 3 adults, but hopefully the pups that we have can eventually grow up and deal with this shit as well. There's also a human swordsman here. Maybe he's a monster hunter. Oh no, he just left. Never mind then. And the Androsarchuses are down, so hopefully now we can recover the bodies. All this has been happening. We were also hard at work. We got a bunch of iron bars down here now, just smelting all the ore at magma. Let's start making some iron armor. Oh, the Androsarchuses have actually killed the crocodile. Oh, that's so much better. Oh yeah, we got elk birds now. We are chasing elk birds all around. We're gonna ignore that for a bit because finally we're throwing these people into magma. There you go. Can't catch. The Aryan Steve has burned to hell now. But what I really think is gonna have to start happening is we're gonna have to start blocking off some of these access points in the caverns. Now, after all this chaos, let's talk about my 3-step plan to survival that I promised you at the start. First, I want to dig out a very tight and compact fort where my dwarves can live and work safely without constant threats from the caves. Second, I want to encircle my fortress with void and ensure there is only one way in and one way out. Lastly, and this one's gonna be tricky, to prevent the siege engineers to dig through the roof or the basement, I want to protect us with magma up above and down below. But exactly how that's gonna work, well, we'll go into details about that later. Now let's get back to work. And work also includes good news. Shorus, the stonecrafter, has given birth to a girl. That is great to see, and what is not great to see is that troll coming in. So far the troll seems to be nice. Just passing through, you know, getting slightly injured. Most importantly, not injuring any of my dwarves or my puppies. I see some of the Androsarchuses got pups down here. That's really nice. These little pups are gonna grow up fighting down here for us. And apparently our militia captain is training his skills on the poor troll. And I feel like we're really gonna have to start making these bolts out of something else, or maybe the crossbows out of something else, because these don't seem to do the trick at all. The process of building these sidewalls, it's going pretty fast. I like it. Especially since this severely injured troll is just chilling out here, not really fighting us, so as long as he's here, there's a good chance that nobody else is gonna spawn, so I'll take him be here. We also apparently have a chinchilla man visiting us. Now that's something I wanna see. You are tiny. Where are you going? Are you hunting that troll? Just leaving. Never mind. Also, summer has just arrived. This side wall is completely done, and we are working on this one now. We have also forged all the armor and weapons that I asked for. So with armor done, the Ashen Strangers are now gonna become a real squad. We have 2 competent swords dwarves in our squad, a miner and a stonecrafter. Yeah, we're gonna assign these guys for now. Get them on constant training. Let's make sure they grab their equipment. That troll is somehow still alive and running away. You know what? I'll keep him around, and once the Ashen Strangers are ready, they can go slay him. Good news, we also have some human traders who have arrived. Let's see what they brought us and what we can buy from them. I'll maybe grab some instruments, not the expensive ones though. We'll get some beer and wine variety in, and I'll grab their leather, of course. We also have some books. You know what? Let's grab that. We can establish a library soon. And we're gonna give them some of our prepared food, because, well, we have plenty. And we're gonna make them a nice profit. Oh, would you look at that? We have Luto Mightycoom who wants to eradicate monsters here. Luto is a human pikeman. He's probably gonna die to a troll or something eventually. Do you know what? We needed somebody like you, like ages ago. Approve. I usually don't really want too many monster slayers out here, but you know what? One guy? Why not? He can go deal with a troll for us now. Where's that pikeman now? We got a giant toad coming in. And there's another. Instantly, as soon as we kill the previous one, there's gonna be a new one coming in, of course. So the pikemen should just be chilling around here. Well, we apparently also have a couple of kobold thieves. Doesn't look like they stole anything, and now they are running away. Well, they got a giant cave swallow, and now they were fighting Gorlek as well. These Androzarchuses are great. We need more of them. Look at that. Kill the giant mole now. Yeah, we really need these walls built, like, instantly. Once this is, like, properly protected and set up, we could start farming down here, which would be much better for our farming production. Right now, well, we only have a couple of these plots over here. That's all there is. Hey, we got another child. Urdim has given birth to a boy. Also, we have another performance troupe out here. And where's this lady? Look at this Aaron's dancer. She seems very naked. You know, she's got a crown, an amulet, a hair ring, and a horn bracelet. That's all. You'll love to see a dancer like that. In any case, the walls here are now done, at least on the ground level of the caves, but we have to build it here as well. Yep, there's a cave toad spawning in right there. And Androzarchus has got it. You know what I just realized? Both of my swords dwarves here have an infant. Clearly the soldiers got too much time on their hands. Can't blame them, to be honest. I can't imagine just standing out here and practicing constantly can be too interesting. In the corner up here, I'm actually setting up a tiny library for the 2 books that we bought, or a book and a scroll. Right next to this, which is our hospital. Yes, our home is a severe mess. There's a rotten, troglodyte, mangled corpse over here. We got some miasma happening. Yeah, this place is no good yet. Oh, Ugbirds are invading. Wow. That's a lot of them. Where are you guys going? You know what? Elgbirds are not that dangerous, so I'm just gonna let them be for now. As long as they don't interrupt us from building these walls over here, we're good. But if they want to fight my doggas, that's fine with me. The doggas will take care of them. I just wanted to mention that after my kobold video went up, I asked for dwarf names. And now I have like 80 plus dwarf names that we can use in this game. So I got some names in. Our first squad, that's been led by Casual Q, now has Side Eyes and Uga Urgurdottir. And then my Marks dwarves have Tedrin the Thick, who is leading this, and Radia Thor is the second one. I also named our chief medical dwarf, who is now Ephrin, and our giant bard lady is now Ninja Monkey. But also we have the caravan and the outpost liaison who have arrived. So let's trade with them. They did bring us some limestone, not much, but we'll buy all of that, and we'll buy all the wood because we can't really get much of it. I did request some animals last year, so we're gonna get some of those in as well. Since we can't really make steel ourselves, I'm gonna grab the steel battle axe, and that's gonna be about it. They did want crossbows, so I'm selling the crossbows, even though they are pretty much not worth anything now that I see that. So we're gonna make them a nice profit, and then we're gonna make them a gift of a bunch of totems as well. Oh, we got thieves in here. It's a rat this time around, and it has escaped. They don't really get far now, do they? Also, some more of our Androzarchuses have grown up. That's great to see. I'm gonna transfer them down below now. And yes, we have a lot of rotten stuff because we got too much meat from all the animals we are catching. To be honest, what we really need now is a bunch more people joining us. Alas, we have attracted no migrants this season, unfortunately. Also, this place is littered with corpses of various animals that my Androzarchus is just murdering now. There's just so many things flying in here from up here. Yeah, we need these walls done ASAP. And that should be the last two. Just need to put all these Androzarchus pup teeth away from here. And then it's gonna be done. There's a giant bat coming through here, chasing some people down. The walls in these caves are completed. Finally, we can have some peace in the caves, hopefully. Although that also means there's a certain food source that's now going to be missing. We have a lot of elk birds and such that we have eaten because of, well, they came through here. I see we're finally delivering the, I think that's a rat person or a gnoll? That's a gnoll thief. Yeah, we're delivering them down into magma. So this is probably not gonna end well for them. Not at all. In fact, that was quite beautiful. Let's throw more of them in there. Now that we have some peace and quiet. We got our chickens nesting over here, laying eggs. Hopefully this rooster is gonna fertilize them. And we have some sows and a boar over here. So hopefully that's gonna be our meat source going forward. Eventually we'll probably do some fishing down here, although these caves can be pretty dangerous, so I'm gonna have to figure out exactly how I'm gonna do that. Especially since these wet caves, I cannot block, because I won't be able to block the water and things can still swim through. Also, apparently we have released one of the trolls we had captured and now it's dead. Uga Urgadatir got the kill, so good job on that. We also somehow managed to release the rats out here. Alas, we had a lot of visitors, so that didn't last long for these guys. Okay, I'm not sure if I really like this. I would really appreciate if you didn't try to eat anybody from our people, because we already don't have that many Tekut, so don't you dare practice your vampire skills here. Oh, we also have a first of its kind. There's a Naga poet that's visiting here. Look at this thing. That looks amazing. I love it. I'm building a viewing platform up here as well, so whenever we might have some ambushes happening, we're gonna be able to spot this from afar. I'm gonna chain an animal up here. Well, an ambush is like right now. So apparently we have rat folk thieves here once again. And this lady just released it. Why did you release it? Oh, to kill it. Okay, well I guess that makes sense, yeah. Also, we're gonna put a Gorlek up here. Hopefully he's gonna be chill. I didn't want to kill him and didn't know exactly where else to put him, so he's gonna be the one chained up here. And I know I did say I'm gonna name dwarves, but this Gorlek's kinda cool. He's gonna be Big John from now on. We're gonna be singing songs about Big Bad John, hopefully. But Big John's job is clear. Just spot the ambushes, buddy. That's all you gotta do. Rejoice everybody, spring has arrived once again. Hopefully we're gonna get some migrants, but also we've been here for 2 years now. Population pretty low for 2 years, but hey, hopefully we get some more because we did trade it. We did trade quite well. Now I realize this place is still very, very messy, so I'm trying to slightly, you know, fix it, make it nicer, make it look good. At the same time, we're also crafting some clothing for our people, just so they can have some, you know, new shoes and caps and such. Also, just recently, we had 22 population. Why do we have somebody missing? Oh, Tekut the Bard is here, a dead body. Of Luto? I think that was the pikeman, the monster hunter that we had in here. I mean, he does have a silver pike, yeah, so that was definitely the guy. Alright, we need a sheriff. Damon Rock Tamer became our sheriff, and yeah, we just found Luto, the human pikeman. I think there's been a couple of witnesses to this. A couple. Of course, Tekut just left. He's not around anymore. The bastard just ran. I guess we don't necessarily need a sheriff now, but if he ever returns, oh, we are imprisoning him. You want a Diamond Rock Tamer, since we can't really build your dining room and all that stuff. Right now, we're gonna just leave this vacant, but you're coming back for this later. I'm gonna bury the dude in here. And you know what? I'm just happy it wasn't one of our dwarves. It was just a random pikeman. Although it would be nice if we could, like, actually get rid of him now. Oh, and we have migrants, finally at last. Of course, coming in with a child who's already running away from the oviraptor that is running around here somewhere. There it is. Maybe that would be work for my military. Get him. Let's go. Side-Eye's got that kill. Also, we have just more than doubled our population. We're up to 47 dwarves now. Well, we definitely do not have enough bedrooms for everybody, but you know what? That's fine. They can sleep on the floor for a bit. We've been waiting for them for years. We have a were-ape poet who came to visit us. I don't like visitors like that. Please get caged. He did not get caged. Hopefully Androzarchus can get, otherwise the children will get it. Like, why would you visit us right as you're about to turn? We now have 200 citizens. Great! Love that. That's really useful. Zan the miner and also Ustus the child. Yeah, let's be real. I'm not happy that this happened. I don't know what kind of defense else we could have here, because this was bullshit. I mean, I was just happy we got more population than before, and we are 2 down instantly. Also, out of all of the new dwarfs we got, I noticed this guy. He's very interesting. He is a surgeon, but also a rotting immortal. What exactly does that mean? I'm not yet sure, but that's kinda cool. He seems like an important person, so I decided to name him Kazat the Oathbearer. Welcome to the squad. Hopefully you can now fix the 2 injured dwarves. Now, my cursed child and cursed miner have joined the Gorlug Big John over here. Big John, this might not end well for you. I'm terribly sorry, but this might not end well for you in the end. We'll basically see what happens next full moon. And since we do have a bunch of new people, I also reassigned our messenger. So Vulcan the Drunk is going to be the messenger now. She's got some decent skills in that, so hopefully I can get the errands to trade with us. So I'm gonna sign her over yonder once again. That was extremely fast. Vulcan the Drunk is already back, and the proposal succeeded. Let's go. You know what, since she's doing so great, I'm gonna actually send her on a longer journey down here to the Dwarven Mountain Halls of Dor Wealthy. This civilization is called the Worm Merchant, and we have no contact with them, so I'm gonna try making contact there so we can maybe trade with them as well. Oh, my apes have transformed, and Big Bad John the Gorlak is just fine. They're just chilling. He's slightly panicked, but otherwise we all good. Also, Walking the Drunk is now back, and this time around the proposal was not successful, but at least now we have contact with them. We're at peace. We can try improving trade next. So yeah, we're gonna definitely do that. Also, our second Fey Mood, Urdum the miner, has withdrawn from society. He's got 1 basalt block, and that's all he needed. He's already working. And Urdum the miner has created the Ezarthak Merstalvetic, a basalt door. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. He offers it to the Violet Storms. Of course, all craftsmanship is of the highest quality, even though it's not worth that much. There's an image of Ago Hatedwill, the goblin, and Aethel heated lettered the errands in basalt. Aethel is striking down Ago. The artwork relates to the killing of the goblin Ago by the Aryans Aethel in Molspider in the continent Horns in the early summer of 104 during Etos Ospu, the Sieges of Rage. Having this door is great and all, but what is not great is that we have an ambush and there's a bunch of rat folk that has arrived. There they are. They have crossbows as well, and Walking the Drunk, who just returned with a truly grand success, is caught right in the middle of all of them. I'm sending the military out here. As for Walking, hopefully she can escape. She's running from bolts right now, and now the military is here, so we're gonna go for these rat folk, and we're gonna, oh yes, let's go butcher them all. Good job, guys, we got them all, and Walking the Drunk is also fine. That was some great dodges. Well, you might have noticed the news. We have 2 traders ready to trade. Humans and Aryans came in at the same time, which is glorious to see. And since our expedition leader, Stag the Cannibal, has got a lot of other jobs with bookkeeping and managing and all that stuff, I'm gonna actually assign Kazad the Oathbearer to be our broker, because he's got some skills in that as well. Let's trade with the Aryans first. They actually have a Danotherium. Oh, it costs a lot, but let's go buy it. And they also have a book. Costs a lot. We're gonna grab it. I'm also gonna grab all of their cloth and leather bins because we're gonna need more of that. They seems to be very happy about this, so hopefully they're gonna come back. I'll trade with the humans as well. Ariops. I'm not sure exactly what kind of a monster this is, but we're getting it. It's cheap. And their cloth and leather. Also, give me all their books. We want more books for our library. Also over here, I built our first temple, which is just for basically no particular deity, so anybody who wants to go worship, they can go worship in here. Next thing that I wanted to show you is I removed the stoneworkers from up here, and if you go further down past the piggies, we now have a stoneworkers guild down here. We're also nicely storing all the rocks that we have in just one quantum stockpile, and hopefully we can turn this into a nice cozy place. Cozy place that even the new migrants might enjoy. Let's go, we're getting more people in. We're up to 57 population now. Also, we got yet another rotting immortal. Dwarf clerk has come over here. And since she's a proficient record keeper, we're gonna assign her over here as a bookkeeper. So Stag the cannibal doesn't need to do everything. And our new rotten immortal has been renamed to Yaren Zolan. Welcome to the squad. Also, apparently, Vulcan the Drunk, our messenger, has been elected as mayor. Well then, we might have to assign somebody else as a messenger then. Apparently, Aerith, the bone carver, is actually really good at talking to people. So you know what? Yeah, Aerith, you can be the new messenger. And I name you Grognak Beardlard, our new messenger. Let's send Grognak Beardlard out there to try improving trade. I want to see if he's as successful as his predecessor was. And also, we now need a temple and a priest for the Doctrine of Wastes. And well, since we already built one temple here, might as well do another. These guys worship Lidot and Died Phantoms, a god of blight, disease, and deformity. Truly, very fitting for this place. Well, they're already satisfied with this. Let's recognize the priesthood. And Sazia the Herbalist is gonna become the Sacred Callus, which means she deserves a proper name. She is now known as New Runner Wayland. Who's not known for anything other than being horrible is the Were Iguana Cory that has arrived, a large iguana twisted into humanoid form. I will know why we fear the night. Actually, maybe we will not, because this Were Iguana has been trapped. You'll have to see that. Also, while all that was happening, Grognak Beardlard has arrived back, and apparently his proposal was a spectacular failure. Clearly he needs more training, so I'm gonna send him out there once again. Maybe towards humans this time around, just you know, change of direction a bit. Also, you hate to see it, but Casual Q is dead over here, which means that we have a vampire again. I was looking at my squads, wanted to assign somebody else, and now I see we lost the man with his steel axe. Oh, I hate that so much. It could easily be one of the many visitors we've got over here. Or it could be one of the new arrivals. This is gonna be his tomb now. And hopefully as he's buried now, we can retrieve his steel battle axe because I kind of want to use that. But clearly now we need to assign more soldiers. Also, not everything is bad news because Grognak has returned, and this time around his proposal was a truly grand success. So humans like him apparently. What I don't like is that we have yet another corpse here. Does nobody notice this? It's just a dead, I think, Aarons or something like that. I guess just trash it. That's weird. Well, we're definitely gonna have to find whoever is doing this. It's not gonna be easy though. Now there are a couple of things we can do so the vampire doesn't go straight for my military dwarves, which are very important to me. First off, we're just gonna mine out like maybe this section over here. And this is gonna be like an open bedroom where my military is gonna sleep, so somebody's always gonna be watching what they do. While that's happening, there's another issue that has arisen recently. You see, it always happens when I want foreign dancers that are exotic and have big boobs and such. It always backfires, and I never learn. Just like this Naga that is trying to climb out of the magma. Yeah, that didn't go well for them. In any case, the issue is our two exotic dancers over here. One of them is a legendary armor smith, which is all really cool until you realize she's making a bunch of large items that my dwarves definitely can't wear. And I told my dwarves that I need more armor because I wanted more military, and now we have a bunch of large pieces that are useless to us. I guess we can sell them, we can trade them, but it's far from perfect. Anyway, I assigned more soldiers to my squad. Simon Lane, the Hammer Dwarf, is now the new militia commander, so hopefully he can teach us and lead us to battle. And we also have Boris Stromhard, who is a competent lasher, so I gave him an iron whip that we bought recently. And last but not the least is Dorsey Helmhelm. She's got the steel battle axe that Casual Q had before. And now we just got a Naga caravan and also the Outpost Liaison and their caravan as well. That's a first, I think. Let's trade with the Naga boys first. I'm gonna buy a Thylacine from them. It's an animal, and they do have tridents. I wanna use tridents. Who knows? Maybe they're actually any good. They also have a shell steel shield. That sounds interesting. I don't know if it's good as steel. Let's buy this, and there's also a cap and shell steel greaves. Now let's see what the traders from the dwarves have for us. I'll buy their instruments as we usually do. And animals, nah. They do have a steel shield, so I'll grab that. And that's the same price as the shell steel, so the shell steel might actually be good. We also have a scroll for questions about tides and the moon. That seems cool. We're gonna grab that. And we barely have enough useful stuff to actually trade, but let's trade for that. But now it is done, we also have another caravan from Sierra Basmel, and they apparently wanted to even bring wagons already. Really cool. We have more dwarves coming in. Come on, let's go. Unfortunately, we don't have much to trade you. So you know what? Let's bring one of these ammo bins over here. These are worth quite a lot. Simon Lane actually went to grab some of the items we just bought, so he's got, where is it? The shell steel cap and the greaves as well, plus a steel shield. So yeah, he's gonna be properly equipped militia commander for us now. Now the last traders, the dwarves from Sierra Basmel, aren't ready to unload yet, or I don't know if the place is too busy. They don't have any space anymore, but yeah, we can't trade with them yet. So for now, I just wanted to show you this little place over here, just a meeting place, a small dining hall that doesn't have any chairs yet, / inn where my people can chill on their way from the library towards this temple. You know what? Maybe for a moment, I'm gonna tell that no longer we desired visitors here or in our inn. Yeah, I think we're gonna ban the visitors for a while. Oh, it looks like we got a bunch of invaders coming in here. That's a big 8-sit abomination hammerman. Not a fan of that. There's also some rat folk and some swordsmen. Unfortunately, there's some human poets just chilling out here. They're not going for them though. Don't worry. My dwarves are coming out, so hopefully they can destroy them. It would be really unfortunate if we lost any of the dwarves to these giant beasties. So you know what? Boris Stromhard entered a martial trance, and all these thieves have been destroyed. That was well done. No injuries either. Clearly we need heavier military presence, so I assigned a couple more Marks dwarves, and they all have iron crossbows instead of bone crossbows now. Shark and her husband Gloomy Darscowl are here, and also Multak has joined. These guys all had previous skills at being Marks dwarves, so hopefully that is gonna help them in the long run. And for our trading prowess, we were rewarded with more migrants, and they are all dwarven children apparently. How useful. Alas, we are up to 67 population now. And I lied, only 4 of the new arrivals were dwarven child, so not the worst, I guess. With all of these migrants now arriving, I wanted to take a moment and reflect on where we all came from. You see, my dwarves originated from the aptly named the Tool of Brains civilization, which had its holdings far to the north. They crossed the mountain peaks and they crossed the swamps to go south, where they settled at Gotham, Rock Bottom, in the central Badlands. They were simple people, yes, but they had grand ambitions. And if you share their grand ambition of one day rebuilding the mighty dwarven civilization, well then, subscribe now and let's do this together. Just like these were-apes and the Gorleg Big Bad John are still doing it together over here. And while I was monologuing, Amble the peasant has entered strange mood. And she's got fungi wood logs, giant bat leather, and some rough wax opals, and she's making something cool here at the Craftsworks workshop. And the cool thing Bamble has created is called Reman Gdan, a fungiwood toy axe. She offers it to the Violet Storms. I mean, the children could play with this. It's worth 6,000, so probably not. All craftsmanship is of course of the highest quality. It's decorated with fungiwood and encircled with bands of giant bat leather. This object menaces with spikes of wax opal. We're gonna assign it over here to our temple. We're gonna make sure nobody can get to it. Now while that was happening, these humans were still chilling around here after I expelled them, killed a bunch of velociraptors, and the outpost liaison finally met with Vulcan the Drunk. That's probably like a month or so after they already left? Really? Oh, and he actually came in power to establish this colony as an official land of our realm. Oh, the wagons are gonna be coming now, even though we don't really have access for the wagons yet. And it's on me to assign somebody to be a baron. And I think we're actually gonna go with Kaza the Oathbearer, the Rotting Immortal. It feels kind of cool that our baron could be Rotting Immortal, right? Oh, also, we have another corpse right here. Has nobody noticed him? We lost somebody, probably to a vampire. Oh, there we go. You notice him? You're chilling there? You're sleeping on his body? I guess everybody's too busy celebrating that Kaza the Oathbearer is now a baron. Ah, there we go. Well, this Naga has seen Reason die. We're gonna go interrogate her. Now, let's see if we can learn anything from you silly Billy. Yeah, we're not learning anything from this. But nobody else saw Reason die. So I think we're gonna convict Sus, as we named this Nagi, and Damin is gonna put her in the cage. Damin, who was previously for a second our sheriff, but now we have, you know, gone high up. We don't have a sheriff anymore. She's captain of the guard now. And as you've noticed, all my nobles desire better bedrooms, all that stuff. So I think that's something we're gonna work on soon. Huh. Hi, Girl Mole. That's the legendary weaponsmith, the big lady, actually wants to join Violet Storms as a citizen of Rock Bottom forever. You know what? She's been around for a while. I will actually approve this. I don't really want her doing any armor smithing, but if she wants to dance for us, that is completely and utterly fine. Especially since now I can actually assign her to be a dancer, because previously I couldn't assign her because she wasn't a citizen. And she's also a legendary flatterer, intimidator, and liar. Maybe she could be our new messenger as well. But you know what? For now, let's not go too far. Let her just be a dancer. Oh, the hillocks of Twistin has been found on a half a day's travel to the northwest and incorporated into our holdings. That's actually really close, and there's 50 population, 50 dwarves living there. Really cool, I like it. Now whenever we don't like somebody, we can just send them over yonder. Now, I did say that I'm gonna do something for the nobles, but first what I did is I set up a Cook's Guild Hall over here. We're gonna have our new kitchens, which means that this kitchen should be removed now. And since we do have the animals in the kitchens down here, I'm also gonna set up some butcher shops down here. So we are slowly moving this section all the way down below. And of course, we're gonna start farming in the caves as well, which is something I should have done probably ages ago, because farming in the caves is definitely much better. And now that we're planting down here, Moltek, the Axe Dwarf, has given birth to a girl, which means this is the third warrior that actually has a baby. Maybe giving them beds in here was a bad idea. Going back to my butchers, I'm gonna set this up to be their guild hall, and hopefully they're gonna have a lot of work. Right now, there's no workers here, but we do have a lot of pets and livestock. They are still mostly growing up, so whenever we get more piglets and more hens and such, we'll be able to butcher them here. Ooh, this is a first giant we've seen now. Etty has arrived, a gigantic creature resembling a human. Where's this gigantic creature resembling a human? Oh, there's still some elves and humans out here. It's probably gonna go after them, or no, he's just ignoring them. Oh, no, everybody's going after him now. Holy shit. It's probably gonna kill some, but then Uga Urgurdotir got the kill on Etty the Stern Sculpture the Giant. Oh, I guess Sus wasn't the prisoner we were after, huh? Well, now we're really gonna have to go on a hunt and figure out who amongst these dwarves might be the culprit. Because onto the human crossbowman has seen Dwarf Kosoth die. And everybody's accusing Vulcan the Drunk. Vulcan, buddy, what are you doing? 19 witnesses there? Vulcan, we're gonna have to talk to you now. Let's see what Vulcan says in her defense. Well, Vulcan says nothing, but everybody's saying that she was the one who did it. She does have quite a lot of knowledge and skills and such. She does have a lot of relations, which usually means that she might be a vampire. And she is 119, which isn't that old. Also, she has been part of many civilizations and such. Alas, she was angry while killing somebody, so it's kind of a problem there, Vulcan. The problem is she's our mayor, and people would want to go talk to her and complain to her. But at the same time, we kinda do need to imprison her now. So I'm gonna have to design a set of rooms specifically for her only. Now, I do hope that now that we have a baron, people will want to meet with Kaza the Oathbearer instead of our mayor. Because once we imprison them somewhere in here, or entomb them I should say, nobody's gonna be able to meet with them any longer. Also, Abelil has given birth to a girl. Finally, somebody is not a soldier that has a kid. That's lovely. That's new. Oh, and Shark, the Marks Dwarf, has also given birth to a girl. Yes, well, I take it back. We have more soldiers with children now. Oh, and now Kubok the Stoneworker has been taken by Feymud. And Kubok the Stoneworker has created Noglesh Lakal Akim Simor, a hematite mini forge. He offers it to the Violet Storms. So that's another toy that he has made. We now have 2 toy artifacts. Amazing. It's basically a hematite mini forge. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is studded with iron and decorated with alpaca wool. This object is adorned with hanging rings of hematite and is worth 7,000. And you know what? We're gonna assign it right here into this pedestal, so it's gonna be in our temple. Then we're gonna make sure there's some vertical bars there so nobody can reach it. Now, our mayor is getting her own office over here. She's gonna get her own dining hall just the way she wants it as well, and of course her very own bedroom. So Zephan and Imush, could you please get out of here? This is no longer your bedroom, even it never was, to be honest. In any case, Vulcan is happy with her quarters now. Just need to make sure that she goes in here. There you go. Vulcan went in here. I made this her own burrow. Oh, there's a dude coming to meet her instantly, huh? Almtu wants to eradicate monsters. Almtu, buddy, get the hell out of here. They probably had no idea they were meeting a vampire. In any case, Vulcan is now stranded. We have a mayor that nobody can meet, nobody can talk to. This is gonna be great for us. All I can hope for is that these guys vote for somebody else next. Now, to protect and serve, I have actually added a couple more dwarfs to our squad. So we now have Grunar Neckbeard, who's got a warhammer, not to be mistaken by Neckbeard Slayer, who's got an axe. We also have Osik Shieldhammer, who's got a hammer, surprisingly, and then Doran Pickaxe with a spear. Also, Simon Lane, our leader, somewhere found a steel warhammer, so I'm happy with that. We don't have silver or platinum on this map, so we can't make those warhammers or maces out of that. We'll have to import it if we ever want to do that. Now that we have our mayor imprisoned over here, let's actually increase the size of this area and let's make this I don't know, living quarters for our dwarves. We could do that. Maybe nobility on this side and then the rest on that side. Clearly we're gonna need more bedrooms because we have more dwarven children arriving. And the Hall of Pines, a farmers guild, has now been established. And a rangers guild as well. No wonder, because we got up to 95 population now. You know what? Only 3 of them were children, so that's not so bad. We also have a clerk, rotting immortal, and a mechanic, rotting immortal. So more people rotting here. Amazing. You know what? That clerk, rotting immortal, we're actually gonna assign her to the squad here, because she is a competent hammer dwarf, and henceforth she shall be known as the Big Limestone. It's gonna be interesting having somebody that is supposedly immortal on our fighting squad. We'll see how this goes. Also, of course, those rangers now want a guild hall. I assume farmers will want it soon as well. So we're gonna set something up for them right over here, and we're gonna see if this is gonna be good enough. And while that has been happening, this lady consort, who is a visitor here, she just attacked one of our trappers. Not sure exactly why. And now a bunch of people are fighting, and she killed the trapper. Oh, how dare you. Like, the children are fighting here as well, and finally the army came here. Side Eyes. Yeah, Side Eyes got the kill in the end. Kind of obnoxious that we just randomly lost one of our dwarves for that. Hopefully she's gonna be buried here. As for that one, well, it was thrown to trash. A silly Naga. So you know what? I kind of want a revenge. We're gonna go raid somebody. Maybe not the Naga. Maybe we're gonna go like raid the kobolds. They've been sending thieves to us, so I'm gonna go for this hamlet. The Ashen Strangers are gonna be on this mission, and we're gonna try to avoid detection for now. Go Simon and the boys, bring back vengeance. And just as we send our people out there, a bunch of Ratfolk bowmen came out here to attack us. I'm gonna send my own bowmen after them. Well, Neckbeard Slayer is still here. He didn't leave yet, so maybe he can get some slaying done. Let's go, buddy. You got 5 kills. Just like that. He does have some wounds though, so I guess he's not gonna be raiding with the rest of the boys. And I was surprised that he got injured. These guys have steel bows, and some of them even have steel arrows. That stuff we can melt. In the meantime, Grognard Beardlard has also returned. I sent him out there to meet with some humans, and apparently his trade proposal was highly successful, so that's great. Now let's have somebody go fix Neckbeard Slayer. He just needs some cleaning and sutures on his neck. Oh, and Big John is finally he's finally gone. The cursed child Ustith decided to end Big John's life. Sorry, Big John. It was fun while it lasted, but now you're just a corpse next to the 2 crazy apes. You did manage to injure the crazy child, though. All the Ashen Strangers are now back. We clearly killed a bunch of gnolls and nagas and all that kind of stuff, but that was about it. It doesn't look like we brought anything back. Not really why I sent them out there. Like, there's a bunch of artifacts there, but I guess all we did was do some killing. All my farmers are doing some killing as well, because now they do want that guild hall that we expected they'll want. For the farmers, I was planning to do something down here where we do have, well, plantations now. As for the rangers, this is definitely not gonna be enough. We need to give them something that's gonna make it more richer. Some statues, something like that, maybe artifacts, that would be nice. Hopefully we can melt down some, like, useful objects or silver objects or something like that, so we can get some silver bars, maybe make a statue. We're making iron ones right now. Oh, nice. Now we have human traders arriving. Love to see that. These guys would actually bring in wagons if we had space for them. We don't. We don't have access for them right now. And amazingly, we can actually order something from them, and they have dinosaurs. Oh, that's really good. Oviraptors? Give me something like that. Maybe Velociraptors as well. Why not? And you know what? Microceratosis? Sure, let's go with that. I don't want to ask for too much, because sometimes when you ask for too many different ones, they just can't bring them all. So I'll take this, and we'll see what they bring next year. This year it doesn't look like they brought any animals though. They didn't bring that much, but they did bring lots of leather and cloth, so we're gonna buy that. We're gonna turn that into something better. And since we're low on food generally, or at least food variety, we're gonna grab their meat and fish. And also, we're gonna grab this book they brought. And with that trade done, we actually have yet another human caravan arriving. Hopefully these boys are friends to each other and not gonna fight or something. Now these other humans have brought us some very interesting things like gold bars and platinum bars. Oh, we would definitely want them. I don't know if we can actually afford them though. And we're gonna buy a couple of books from them as well. Also, both of our guild hall agreements have now been satisfied. Just needed some statues over here with the rangers. As for the farmers, it was easier because it's bigger, so we can, well, engrave more walls and such, and that makes it simpler. Now, with these guild halls satisfied, I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna finally start working on some bedrooms, because nobody has a bedroom besides a vampire. Although I have a feeling building all of these bedrooms, we're gonna very soon run out of all the blocks, or, well, as we mine stuff out, we're gonna run out of stuff to mine even. I like making things out of basalt. They have a nice color. I kind of like this color, but we're soon gonna run out of basalt on the map this small. But you know what? at least we can get a couple of bedrooms done for our people. 14 bedrooms, better than nothing. Now, while we were working on bedrooms, I'm also working on some more guilds over here. So this is where we had the Butcher's Guild. This over here is going to be the guild for tanners, which means that Leather Workers Guild and then Clothier's Guild are all going to be somewhere around here. Those are going to be more important probably than these two, but we are not there yet. We did have Olon the Spinner, who was taken by Fey Mood, and he's now going to go claim a workshop. Interestingly though, it's going to be Craftworks workshop, and he's taking my precious limestone. We had this to make the freaking steel, bro. Oh well. Anyway, we got some more migrants arriving now, which for the first time brought us over 100 population. Rock Bottom is now a town. And while we're getting new people in, the Atin Ratikek has arrived, a giant humanoid monster with 2 heads. I'll see what he does. There's a bow dwarf over here, so I'm guessing he's gonna go try to chase that one down. But then my military's coming and it's running away in fear. Are you afraid of us? Oh, you should be very afraid of us, Atin. And it was Vosik Schuldhammer who in the end got the kill. Good job. There are also some rat folks coming to invade us at the same time. I don't know what they were doing, but they're now gone. Also, Olon, our spinner, has created Fallout 3, probably, or maybe New Vegas, a limestone scepter. He offers it to the Violet Storms. It's worth 4,200, and of course, all craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It's encrusted with oval limestone cabochons and encircled with bands of cushion limestone cabochons. This object medicines with spikes of smalon, leather, and jute. On the item is an image of dwarves in limestone. The dwarves are striking a triumphant pose, of course they are. The artwork relates to the battle axe throwing competition held by the Tool of Brains in gold papers as part of the Spurting celebration in the late summer of 109, during the 5th battle axes throwing competition of the Spurting celebration. Beautiful. That's part of our history. And as such, I think I'm gonna assign that to Kaza the Oathbearer, basically as a sign of his office. He can have that thing. A proper scepter of his office. I kinda like that. Let's go. I have established a new guild hall down here. This is going to be for our leather workers. We have a slight problem, for the enemy has come and is laying the siege to our fortress. They're being commanded by the rat folk, Hathigji Morningsense, a competent commander. Yeah, these guys could be pretty dangerous. First of all, let's sound the alarm. Second, I want my army to squat up over here maybe. And then we hope that a bunch of these guys get captured like this, yes. They are trying to break through, but quite a few got captured already, so that's nice. And a bunch are just chilling over here still. Well, they broke through, that's a start. And now they're coming through, but we just pulled the lever on the bridge. Really nice, bunch more got captured. And some got separated, so we should be able to kill those that got separated easily. Now we can assume that they're gonna try to break through. I mean, they do have battering rams, so they can break through here. Maybe we should just unlock this and let them through. That way, we can let them go through here. And as they rush in here, we're gonna have our Androzarchuses help us out as well. Plus, they can't really use their superior numbers if you're just fighting on the stairs, right? Unless one single dwarf rushes out, kills a bunch, and then gets murdered. Yeah, okay, that wasn't perfect. Let's send everybody out here and let's see if we can kill these guys before they kill us. Because these guys are quite strong. All just dead. They're gone, but we did lose 2 dwarfs. Gruner Neckbeard, the hammer dwarf, has also been murdered. Well, it's clear we need more training and we need more military. If these guys are gonna keep attacking us, we need defenses. You guys, I could have used you like seconds ago. Where were you? Anyway, traders are here now. Gruner Neckbeard and the Big Limestone are gonna be buried over here. I was wondering, since, you know, we do have a Neckbeard Slayer, if he was the one who actually slayed Gruner Neckbeard. We'll never know, probably. What we do know is that the Naga boys also came here to trade now. And we got even more traders. 3 traders are now ready to trade. Well, from one of the boys over here, we're gonna buy some animals. Just water buffalo bull and a yak cow, because we already have the female and male counterparts. The Naga this time around unfortunately did not bring with them any shell steel, so I'm just gonna buy some of their meat and fish. And from the other dwarves, we're definitely taking silver bars, definitely want those, and some extra drinks. They also have a steel spear, definitely gonna take that, and a steel crossbow, plus a steel mail shirt. Well, that was a decently good trade. We got some more meat, fish, we got some more drinks, all that kind of good stuff. But now I think the recent battles told us that maybe beds and temples and guild halls are not the most important thing right now. Maybe we should really start looking into our defenses and start executing the whole plan, how I want to establish this fortress to be safe-ish for us. First of all, I want new access down into the cave layers, and we're going here and then through here. Also, I noticed these two guys are fighting. Oh, there's a piece of something just went flying over yonder. Yeah, the miner is seriously injured, and now they both turn into apes. Cool. The thing is that the cursed child is throwing tantrums, so that's why he's trying to attack the other dude. And there it is. There's our access to the caves. We can now go through here without having to use the stairs that, well, were pretty treacherous. Of course, those stairs lead further down below, way further, where we still have that well, and of course, all the way down here, where we are doing all of our smelting and such. Also, we got some migrants arriving. That's a doctor coming in. Let's go. Also, there's a child's body here. For some reason, this hammer dwarf just killed him. Why would you do that? And then he just left. What a dick! What the hell? Really can't say I appreciate that. Now we have to build a couple more tombs, because these are all full already. He's already been buried over here. I don't know why that hammer dwarf just attacked him. He was, I think, part of the merchants that were here. And since we are now apparently fighting just about anybody, I assign Grimwald Emberforge and Grandolph Keepler as our two new squad members. Well, yes, apparently we are fighting everybody, because there was a werejackal here. No idea when they arrived, but this human swordsman killed them. Anyway, Grimwald himself's got a silver warhammer that we made with basically all the silver we had. And Grandolph, he's a swords dwarf. We had a sword made for him, so here he goes now. He's competent at that. And once these guys get all of their equipment that they need, I think I'm gonna start assigning a new squad. We need more fighter dwarfs, to be honest. And I also have to figure out how am I gonna bring magma and maybe some water up here to these levels. So, I'm gonna set up a new squad for my melee dwarves, the Flayed Knights, Gongasharzes. For now, I'm just gonna assign them to be training with these guys over here until I'm gonna set up their own barracks somewhere else. They will be led by Malachi Oakenshield, who's got a battle axe, and there is Thorak Axemane, his spouse, who is using a battle axe as well. Then we got Fergopin the Delver, who's gonna go grab his weapon. It's gonna be a warhammer. Then there's Borin Steelhands, also with a warhammer. And for now, last but not the least, we have Zord Broodbeard, who's got a steel spear. Oh, this is not so good. There's a werejackal swordsman that just arrived. Actually, I'm stupid. It didn't just arrive. That's probably the guy who killed the other werejackal and then got infected in the process. Well, now he's gone. We'll take his silver scimitar. We're gonna melt that down. And down here, I have brought our stills here, so they are closer to everything we are farming. And just like that, we can make this a guild hall as well for the brewers. We're probably gonna also move our inn somewhere just above this, so you know people can enjoy the foods and drinks right here. And you know, since we are already here, why don't we crack open this bad boy? There might be some magma in here or something crappy. Actually, before we deal with that, Etin Esmin Anirkando has arrived. Let's deal with that first, shall we? I'm gonna send the Ashen Strangers after it. Hopefully they can get to it. Oh, it got captured. Never mind then. Now let's go back to cracking this open, shall we? Efren's gonna be the brave dwarf to do this. Let's hope there's nothing untowards in here. No magma, no such things. No, we're all good. Let's go. We will crack this open then. In the meantime, Mamos the Trapper has taken over a clothier's shop. And Mamos the Trapper has created a Zimkesh Stelidrol, a fruity jute sandal. He offers it to the Violet Storms. Just one sandal, huh? Truly very useful. It doesn't even have a sprite. But of course all craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It's worth 3,000. It's decorated with cotton and encircled with bands of jute. It is made from jute cloth. The subject menaces with spikes of rope reed. It's kind of annoying because you can't really put it on a pedestal because you know, you can't see it, even if it's on a pedestal, because it does not exist. I do want to put it somewhere, though. I'm probably just gonna throw it maybe in like a... Well, not Mayor's, because Mayor's a vampire. But maybe in Casa the Oathbearer's room, which we haven't done yet. You know, that probably should take care of that, and should do that somewhere over here. And it's gonna be a very boring square set of rooms. That's all there's gonna be. And while I was building this, the outpost liaison out here got attacked by a bunch of rat folks. We cannot possibly allow that. Let's go, squad. Let's get these freaking rats. Get rid of them. We're gonna take those swords, we're gonna melt them. I really appreciate if my civilians weren't there to fight them. Oh, but Toulon, the potash maker, just destroyed that one. Oh, good job, Toulon. You're a competent maze dwarf. We're gonna assign you to our squad, I think. Especially because Vosik Shieldhammer got killed by a rat. That is truly disappointing, Vosik. I mean, it's not a surprise though. These fuckers have steel scimitars. Well, I renamed that potash maker into Furious Midgie. And she's a maze dwarf, competent at that. And she's got a silver maze that we crafted for her. So she's gonna join the Ashen Strangers now. And so, in desire to get some more soldiers, I assigned more soldiers. We got Caspongius Lotrock, the Hammer Dwarf. There's Otis Thunderhump, the Maze Dwarf. There is Ravenous Sheen Eater, and there is Asbestos John, who just got his short sword. We also have two new Marks Dwarfs. We got Banged Grimson, and there's also Lathanius Bernfeld. With that now, we have a decent amount of soldiers out here who can protect and serve, which means it's about time we send some of them out there again. How about we hit this Kobold Castle? They have some artifacts here. Let's bring it back. Of course, the Ashen Strangers are gonna go, and for now they're gonna try to avoid detection. Good luck, boys. You now have some better weapons like the Steel Scimitar by Uga Ugardottir. Also, we should really clean this shit up. And the Ashen Strangers are already back. That was terrible. Apparently, Side Eyes got struck down by a Yag Bull? Are we that bad? Apparently we are that bad. I am so disappointed. Clearly it looks like we're gonna have to start really focusing just on defense. Because offensively these guys are shit. Now I can go back to these little sets of rooms. And Casa the Oathbearer is now happy with his stuff. There it is. Look at that. It's very basic, but he's happy, so that's all that matters, right? Which means the next, we're gonna have to satisfy the Captain of the Guard, Damin Rocktamer, who also needs a couple of rooms. Plus all the many people who don't actually have their own bedroom. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but it's 1st of spring and 2 people just died. Usually in the 1st of spring, it means that somebody dies of old age. Were these guys that old? Did we just lose Thicket and also one of our Marks Dwarfs, Dendrin the Thick, the leader of the Marks Dwarfs, due to age? That really sucks. I don't know what else I could use as an explanation. We're gonna need even more of these tombs. Well, now I reassigned Radia Thor to be the leader of the Angry Bolts. She used to be the second in command before. And Duran Dukan has become the replacement for Radia there. Now, I know that I did say that I'm gonna be working on everything else, but I set up a Clothier's guild hall over here. Where we can start making some clothing for our dwarves. I mean, we've been working quite hard on that, so it's pretty good. Also, apparently we got a couple of thieves caught up in here. I think it might be time we turn some of these many Androzarchuses that we have into war androsarcuses, huh? Yes, let's go do exactly that. That's a lot of war androsarcuses we got now. So I set up just a small zone now, just this here, where I left like 13 war androsarcuses. These are gonna be the guardians of the galaxy here. All of the pups I'm sending down here in the caves where they can grow up and then start their own families. As for the rest, they are free to roam the fortress and cause commotion or defend my citizens whenever they need to. This child here is throwing a tantrum. He's just attacking everything and everybody that comes by. It hit one of the doggers. It hit, I think, not mayor, our baron, Kaza the Oathbearer as well. And this isn't the first time that Ineth has been accused of stuff. Maybe we can replace that child with a bunch of new migrants that just arrived. They're all instantly stressed, of course, because they see these two giant apes just chilling and yelling up here. Yeah, we really need to get rid of these guys. I'm not even sure if you can do anything about that annoying child. I don't think the captain of the guard can punish them right now. Diamond Rock Tamer is just chilling around here, drinking. And that child is just running around being a little shit. Let's be real, it's not a surprise that the child might be a little shit, because we had so many corpses lying around here. Look at all this blood and everything. The children have seen it all. So yes, it's understandable that they might have issues. And Ineth is throwing a tantrum again and fighting people. Somebody's gonna kill you, or you're gonna kill somebody, and then that's gonna be a problem. 3 injured citizens out here. Wait, never mind, we have 8 injured citizens. Could you please stop fighting each other? Now, even Bori Stromhard actually attacked Radia Thor down here. Radia is now gone, hopefully taken to the hospital. She is seriously injured. What the hell has just happened? We had like 9 people injured. We need to get rid of that child. That freaking child deserves to be imprisoned in here. In hindsight, maybe we do need a better hospital, huh? And we definitely need to start making some soap. Do we even have some wood? We have some wood so we can make some ash and lye and such. And we have a big amount of tallow saved up. Well, at least nobody died and needed to be buried yet. These guys have just transformed back from were apes, so we're gonna crack open in here. Zan, the cursed miner, is gonna escape because I have, sent him away previously, which was probably my mistake. Also, this lady just murdered a honey badger. Moral, the legendary weaponsmith. You love to see it. She did get injured in the process, but you know what? That deserves a name. Get well soon, Vitarus Lamer. Our legendary weaponsmith. We're gonna need you. Now, we have rebuilt this, and we set this burrow up, so Ineth, the dwarven child who caused so many issues, is now gonna be here with Ustus, the dwarven cursed child. And well, summer just began, so there's still a while before next full moon. You guys can, have fun with each other. I bet your father, Kubok, the stone carver, is gonna be very proud. He's a legendary stone carver. We need him. We don't need the child. Now, I think I forgot to mention, for our Captain of the Guard, Diamond Rock Tamer, I set up these bedrooms over here, just right next to this. So now she's got that. Now we have to focus on getting some more bedrooms for the rest of the people. And as I said many times before, somehow protect this fortress better than it is protected right now. And now we got humans arriving with their caravans. Let's go. It's gonna be time to trade once again. These guys have oviraptors, velociraptors, just as we asked for. Let's go. And next year, let's go with some Kentrosauruses. I'm pretty sure those will want to eat grass. Carnotaurus, holy shit, that's a big boy. Let's go with that as well. And the question is, can we even afford the stuff they're bringing? Oh, more caravans, more humans arriving. Let's go. We're gonna trade with all of them. Velociraptors and oviraptors are pretty cheap. So are the Microceratoses. You know what? We're gonna grab them all. The dinos are mine now. And all I hope is that I have enough nest boxes for all of them. Well, I think the answer is we don't have enough. We're gonna bring more though. Also, let's see what happens here. Ustud, the cursed child, has transformed and is not attacking Ineth. Ineth is hungry and thirsty. Unconscious right now because Ineth is sleeping, but Ustud is just chilling. Alright, well, we'll let you be then there. And I'm gonna trade with the other humans that have arrived over here to see if these guys got anything for me. I got some beer and wine variety. We're gonna grab the book they've brought, and we're also gonna take probably some of their cloth and leather that we can put to good use. There you go, trade done. I think I'm very happy with what we've got. Well, we had a moody dwarf, and Lockham the gem cutter has created Sagzu Usan, a perfect precious fire opal. 12,600, wow, that's a lot. It's perfect, of course, all craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It's encrusted with octagon cut precious fire opals. A gem like that should be on display where everybody can see it. We're gonna probably put it into our new inn whenever we set that up. Also, I decided to establish a crafts dwarves hall. So this is going to be the guild hall for those guys. Now it's time we really start setting up our void defenses. I think that's just the way it is. We're gonna start working on that. Oh no, and now Ineth has perished. The horror. It was dehydration. Oh, what a terrible shame. How could this have happened? I'm gonna have to go break him out of here and bury them. Oh, and this human crossbowman just killed the cursed child as well. Very nice. All of our tombs are once again full. We're gonna need even more. Oh boy, we got more migrants. Well, we're definitely going high in population now. Not that, well, we have beds or anything like that for anybody. I was fixing this, and now we have a new scout up here. Our area ops that we, well, didn't really put anywhere else is now here. And with the many new people coming in here, we have the Company of Gilding. A craftsworks guild has been established, which is good since I did set this up previously for them, and it's enough for it to be a guild hall. So if they have a petition, well, it's already there, achieved. And also with the new dwarves, I was able to assign a couple more to the military. So Mithrafist Stone Tosser is in the Ashen Strangers now. She is using a nice silver mace. And Fiona Firebeard is the new member of the Flayed Knights. Also, I did a quick thing over here in this corner. We got new offices for Yarin Zolan, our bookkeeper, and of course Stag the Cannibal, and they have their own bedrooms right next to this as well. Now going up here, we have now created a bit of a divide between where the stairs are over here and where the enemies can come down, and well, this section. Now this section is currently empty. This is the place that I want to eventually fill up with magma, so it's gonna be sitting right on top of our fortress. What could possibly go wrong, right? And now we're gonna go just one below, and we're gonna basically do the same. We're gonna make a hole here as well, and then just in that way we're just gonna keep going down, 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 down. And so by digging all this, eventually this side is going to be pretty much inaccessible. Well, right now it is accessible from up top if somebody digs through, but eventually, with how I want to set up defenses, it won't be. At least that's the plan. There's probably a bunch of holes in my plan, but hey, it is what it is. Now in this section, just below this area, I want my rangers to be, and I want some other range defenses, because this is where we're gonna leave the entrance to be into the base, because well, eventually we will have to have a proper entrance, and so we can trade and all that. So we're gonna do some fortifications over here, and the rest we're just gonna block off, and then eventually this is gonna be set up properly and defensively. Also, our caravan boys are here now. Looks like we got a lot more farmers with the last intake as well, because now they want a grand guild hall. How far away are we from that? Oof, quite a lot. Also, that was double extra caravan just coming in. Well, I'm gonna accept this petition, and I'm gonna hope that the traders are gonna bring us some gold and platinum so we can make some nice statues for them. Oh shit, we already have new dinos. Well, that was very fast, and I love it. All the raptors though, none of them actually laid eggs yet. These guys, a lot. These, none. Also, my broker, Kazat, also the Baron, is stuck constantly attending meetings with all these diplomats that are coming in here, which means he doesn't come here to trade. We're gonna assign a new one, and I just noticed we have an immortal martyr now. He is something else. He's different than what we've had so far. So I named him because he's a new type of immortal, Smoky Thunderlungs the Clear-Headed. The Clear-Headed doesn't really fit in here into his name, but hey, now we know what he is. So let's trade with these boys. Unfortunately, none of them have any special bars or ore for us, which kinda sucks. These guys do have some platinum nuggets, so I guess I'll take that. And they do have a steel battle axe for me. In fact, they have a lot of various pieces of steel armor, so we're gonna buy it all. With Smokey done trading, I wanted to talk a bit more about defenses. The void moat idea was good and all, but it wasn't enough. Clever siege engineers could easily bypass it given enough time, so I had to make sure our own siege engineers were at the top of their game. Problem was, as of that moment, we had none. So the longer I was postponing setting up the whole thing. And yes, I've been postponing it for a while and focusing on all the other little parts of the fortress. The higher the chance that an attack would catch us unawares, and then our little graveyard would not be big enough for all the dead dwarves. So let's set up a small siege engineers guild over here where we'll be able to make some siege engines of our own. Also, from the platinum we got, I made a couple of platinum statues that I'm gonna be putting down here into the farmers guild, and hopefully those will raise the value enough that these guys will appreciate it. They were definitely not enough. We're missing like 3 grand still. So you know what? We're gonna extend the farmers guild. We're gonna make it even bigger so we have more places to engrave and put statues in and such. And the guild hall agreement has been satisfied. Yeah, it's at 11,000 now. I think the biggest thing was I put our 2 gold bars and 1 last platinum bar right here, and we engraved them, and that definitely raised the value nicely. Also, what is not gonna raise the value of this fortress is this vile force of darkness that arrived. Army commanded by Ratfolk Eric, World Ruthless. In the late autumn of 213, Eric decided to become a baby snatcher operating in the wilds. Wow, what a beautiful backstory, huh? Good thing we prepared all of our defenses, right? They don't seem to have any battering rams or anything like that, so I'm not too afraid of them. In fact, I really shouldn't be afraid of them because most of them already left. There's like this rat, and this rat's gone as well. Alright, all they did is they attacked the camel. Amazing. Alright, I was worried for nothing. All good, let's get back to work. Well, this gives us finally an opportunity to make some bolt thrower parts and get prepared for the actual proper siege that's definitely going to be coming soon. We're also going to use this opportunity to create a new squad, and this one is going to be led by Captain of the Guard, Damien Rocktamer. And the squad name is going to be Idosust, Rocktamed. And we're going to build them a barracks right here. Now, the Rocktamed are our least experienced squad, so these guys, we're going to have to be careful whenever we send them into battle or where we send them into battle. And that's why we need to give them some proper training first, right? Also up here, I started building our bolt throwers. This is where we're gonna set them up, and this right here is gonna be our ammo storage. Oh, this is not gonna be good. Radia Thor is throwing a tantrum, and all my dwarves are fighting each other. And it's just as soon as she got seriously injured and stopped throwing a tantrum, we have a forgotten beast, Rakik, arrive. Our first forgotten beast, a gigantic feathered leech. It's got an enormous shell. It undulates rhythmically. Its leaf green feathers are long and broad. Beware its poisonous vapors. Rakik is down here where that blind cave ogre has been for a while. I don't think this is gonna end well for any of them, but I don't think Rakik can actually get to us. Did the cave ogre kill it? No, the other way around. So now this thing is just gonna be stuck here until we kill it. Eventually, one day. That day is not today. Today's the day we get another wild force of darkness from the rat folks. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this name. So there it is. They have Ratfolk Spearmen, apparently. These bastards have steel weapons, at least some of them. Steel halberd. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. Guess we're gonna have to deal with Radia Thor and her tantrum later on. Some of these guys got captured. Also, these guys are killing every animal that shows on the map. Well, that's gonna be quite a battle for you. Ah, there you go. There is a couple of them that are trying to break through now. Once they break in, we're gonna have a couple of our doggos waiting for them here. And then as they go further down, that happens. It's great to see we can even shoot up here. That is lovely. And our soldiers are up and running into them now. I would prefer if we didn't go for them, because some of these rats have steel spears and steel crossbows and steel bows, but alas, we are out here now. The cat is out of the bag. Some people might get injured. Hopefully nobody gets killed in the process. It does look like the last of them have now been dealt with. And the only injured person is still Radia Thor from the battle before that. Oh, never mind. We're getting some more injuries out here now. Kaspungus Lawtruck is feeling a slight pain. And Ravenous Shin Eater is slightly injured as well. I'd say in the grand scheme of things, this went well. And while I do believe we lost one of the Androzarchuses over here and some of them got seriously injured, we'll be able to grab a bunch of these bows and such and just meld them. Same with the arrows. I bet the children will love seeing all these corpses, all this blood, all those pieces. No wonder my children are usually the most unhinged out here. Anyway, Radia Thor has now been fixed. She's had many injuries in the past. I think maybe it's time she retires and, you know, tries to be a bit more creative instead of constantly training. We're gonna make Gloomy Darskow the new militia commander of our marksmen. And I assigned a couple more recruits, so we have Grim of Smith, Sultan Rahman, Gronk, and Shorticus, who are gonna all be my new marksmen. As for Radia Thor, who has been stumbling around obliviously for a while, I'm gonna give her a chance to get better. And if she doesn't, well, she can always travel to the dwarven hillocks of Twistin and live there. Now, while I was assigning people, we had Liquid the Woodburner go into strange mood, and he taken over the clothier shop and started working on some good stuff. And Liquid the Woodburner has created Otungumeban, a bulky sheepwool dress. He offers it to the Violet Storms. The value of this is 17,000, which is amazing, and of course all craftsmanship is of the highest quality. There's an image on this of Kubuk Dikebraves, the dwarf, in a basalt door in emerald. Kubuk is raising the basalt door. The artwork relates to the masterful basalt door created by the dwarf Kubuk for Violet Storms at Rock Bottom in the midsummer of 212. I believe that's the door we are using right here. And I assigned the Otungmeban over here into our Craft Wars guild. And even though we can't really see it, it's now a grand guild hall just because this thing is here. My plans to continue digging a hole, well, they continue. Yes, for a good reason, because we once again have more thieves. Some gnolls and such coming in here, getting captured. Some of them made them in, so hopefully the entrance arcuses are gonna get them. I think they did get them. The last one jumped all the way down here, probably broke his legs, and now he's gone. I hope the kids don't complain that they had to see somebody die, because somebody had to die to protect them. We do have a couple of injured citizens. I guess Ephraim and one of the kids got into a fight, but Ephraim isn't too injured, so that's all good then. As for the pieces of these gnolls, we're gonna trash them. Also, all the way down here, we have a bunch of full cages, as you can see. All the various creatures we have captured. Maybe it's about time we throw some more of these guys in here, right? And so nothing too bad happens. I brought my rangers down here, so if any of these guys try to escape, we can shoot them. Like this drone and that drone, and apparently we got fire here now. We probably got a bit of a splash coming from these guys jumping into the magma. Oh, and look at the peasant died. Okay, maybe I should not have dropped everybody in at the same time, right? I guess we're gonna need a couple more tombs then. Would you look at that? The cursed miner Zan has arrived back. That's the guy we sent away. I knew he's gonna be back. Oh, little bastard. What you gonna do, Mr. Wereape? Are you gonna get captured? Oh, he's gonna kill a bunch of velociraptors, and then he's probably gonna run away. I think we can safely assume that he's gonna be back. And to be honest, he's my problem, because I kind of created him and then let him go. But that's gonna be a problem for a different time. Right now, what I'm doing is actually creating more bedrooms. I think we need like 50 or even more. But for now, at least that's 5 new ones. And that's gonna be 4 more, which I'm working on while we're also mining our deep moat. And we've been rewarded by Medtop giving birth to a girl. People are already banging with the new rooms, and oh boy, we have more migrants. Welcome in, come on in everybody. I see you're bringing puppers as well, which brings us up to 162 population now. So yeah, we'll probably need a couple more of these bedrooms. And I have Olon the Planter throwing a bit of a tantrum over here. I'm not sure if I appreciate that, buddy. You got in a fight with Grognak, our messenger. You know what, Olon? We're gonna convict you for disorderly conduct. We'll see what happens. Actually, I should have done it faster, because we have a bunch of injured people now, and this gem window has been broken. All on you little shit. In the end, we have now 5 injured citizens out of this, so it was quite a proper dwarven brawl. So Olon is now chained over here. So is Radia Thor for some of her previous actions. These guys will now well, they will suffer for their crimes, and if they complain too much, we're gonna send Olin out of here. Oh, see, the Doctrine of Wastes now wants a temple complex and a high priest, so they want to go higher. Apparently this is already a temple complex, so not to worry, we just need to recognize the high priest. High Mucus is now new runner Rayland, and we're gonna make this peasant who's got so many fine skills, we're gonna make them as the new Sacred Callus. Hojo Bronze Forge shall go and work at that temple to the satisfaction of pretty much all the dwarves, I assume. Well, it would seem that we have another force of darkness. The enemy have come and are laying siege to the fortress, commanded by the Ixtate Harvester Guspo Bendes, a competent commander. Alright, they have lashers apparently. They did bring a battering ram, so we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna assume that a bunch of them are gonna get captured, and those not getting captured are gonna try to break through over here. They are through, they're gonna get shot, and they're gonna get eaten by my beautiful doggos. I do see my dwarves are going up and above now. We're roughly 10 of these nasties still remain. Hopefully we can deal with them without any extra casualties. And I think I did. I think we did just fine. Nobody seems to be injured. As celebration, Katten the cook has been possessed. While all that was happening, I also had my dwarves build us some more bedrooms over here. Radia Thor was throwing a tantrum over here in her prison, so I'm really thinking that these two guys will have to leave. Yeah, they do have some relations over here, but no like lovers or wives or anything like that. And now Olon is also throwing a tantrum. Now they are actually fighting each other. Olon, you shall go to Twistin, and Radia Thor, you're gonna go to Twistin as well. Oh, we have another forgotten beast now. Loslo has arrived, gigantic feathered leech. Didn't we already have a feathered leech? I think so. And it's got a deadly spittle. I have a feeling this thing is gonna have a lot of work with all these Crundles out here. And while the Crundles were fighting, Katten, our cook, has created Otiletter, a Dyrad bracelet. She offers it to the Violet Storms. Of course, all craftsmanship is of the highest quality and it's worth 4,000. There's an image of Shockstream, the bulky sheep wool dress in cherry wood, and an image of rose-cut gem in Microcerato's bone. I'm gonna save that one as well for whenever we build our inn. We've also been doing some more mining all the way down here. This is gonna be now our new axis, slowly but surely, all the way down to the magma. Another reason why we've been mining down here is this is where we're gonna have our energy production once I can get the water flowing from here. Also, apparently we already have way too many Oviraptors in here because they are now fighting each other. Yeah, okay. We have about 1 million of them. So you know what? The adults, we're just gonna eat them. Human traders that have just arrived. And there are more traders coming in. Oh, and one of the merchants fell down here just as we were digging. And looks like they dropped all their stuff. Slightly unfortunate. In any case, we do want to trade with these guys who brought us the dinosaurs and, well, not dinosaurs, all the animals we wanted. Though unfortunately, they only brought us one Kentrosaurus. For now, we're gonna release our new animals down here where they can be in the wild, but we do need to build some nests for the dinos, for the Kentrosauruses and for the Carnotaurus. Also, Vulcan the Drunk has now been re-elected as a mayor for like the 3rd year after he was imprisoned. It seems like my people never learn. Look at that Carnotaur. Oh, I'm so happy we get them in here now. I'm gonna set up a couple of nest boxes over here so these guys will have a chance to lay eggs if they want to. There we go. Kentrosaurus eggs, 21. Since we cannot fertilize them, we're just gonna cook these for now. But we're definitely not gonna allow Carnotaur eggs to be cooked. I just noticed this forgotten beast, right? Tried to attack somebody through the well. Our mechanic had to jump away from the spinning Loslo suck shaft, the dead Kravis forgotten beast frozen extract. I'm gonna have to go kill this beastie at some point. But first, I want to trade with the other traders who also came here because they have some platinum bars for us. We'll buy some scrolls and a book from them just to spice up our library a bit more. We don't have that many pieces in here. Oh, we're getting another migrant wave. I saw a child there, so that's gonna add up to our like 1 million children that we already have. Otherwise, we got up to 169 population now. Oh, we have another Famood. Litas, the metal crafter, has been taken. And he has claimed the magma forge down here. Ah, and we have another forgotten beast to join the other beasties down below. Ah, he's down here and he's chasing down some rudderers. That thing though can fly, so we have to be very careful we do not accidentally get in here. into this area, because that would be dangerous with its deadly dust. And while I was looking at that thing flying around, our metal crafter has created Atol Midor Suas Muzish, a copper crown. And where the hell did we get copper? Well, I'm guessing we melted something down. Let's see this thing. It's 14k. That is actually a lot. Of course, all craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It's encrusted with rectangular, nice cabochons and circled with bands of copper, oval tetrahedrite cabochons, and round chalk cabochons. Lots of cabochoning going on. It's also adorned with hanging rings of firelight and menaces with spikes of dunamite and precious fire opal. There's an image of giant emus. These guys have probably never seen emus before. They are just making shit up now. Now up here, I've also been setting something new, so we'll eventually, or I guess finally, we'll be able to get some wagons in. I set up a ramp to go down here, and then they can go around here and down here, and then they can come around here and in here. And this actually works really well for invaders as well, because this is where we're gonna have the ramp entrance come in, and the invaders will have to run this way, get shot here, then they're gonna have to run this way, get shot here, then they're gonna have to run this way and get shot here in the process. And yes, that means we're getting rid of these stairs that are here. This here now leaves us way more open than we were before, where we at least had some traps and such over here. And we already have some velociraptors jumping in here now, getting themselves murdered. So to stay a bit safer, I am gonna build this bridge over here. Well, I guess actually first we have to deal with this forgotten beast, wherever it is. It's got pink scales and deadly dust. And hopefully it's gonna deal with the other beastie that was here previously. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but Matop the Ranger has got advanced rot on pretty much her whole body, and probably her baby does as well. There's a lot of miasma going on over here. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Oh, she died. The baby is not doing too good either, so probably the baby might die as well. Oh yeah, like the miasma is following the baby and he's just crawling around now. And the baby is like a plague spreader now. I'm not a fan of this. Or hopefully it's gonna crawl somewhere, because this miasma is like reaching up all the way up here. And there we go. We got our first wagons coming in now. Oh, that's really good to see. Come on in. I want to see you drive. Let's go. These guys have no problems with corners. Easily going down here and coming in to trade. And there's more wagons coming in. Let's bring them all. Come on, boys. And that is the third caravan. Now from the Naga people as well. The Nagas brought us some shell steel again. We're gonna buy their gauntlets. The merchants from Lord Edek have some gold nuggets for us and a steel breastplate. And the merchants from Sierra Basmel have rose gold for us. A steel crossbow, and I see 2 steel breastplates. We're gonna take all of these, plus some more steel boots. They're gonna make some nice profit from us. Yep, it's true. We had another person be completely drained of blood. And again, it's a warrior. A Hammer Lord as well. Grimwald Emberforge has died. He was buried in here. But seriously, vampires, if you have to drain somebody, please just pick a regular citizen. Not somebody who is so valuable. We've been training Grimwald for the last like 5 years to be a perfect warrior. And now he's just gone. For stupid reasons. Luckily, a bunch of people saw who did it. Apparently, it's Vabog the Planter. Yeah, if you click on his name, his real name is Ethan. So, yeah, this is definitely the vampire. We're gonna call you Vampire now, buddy. And we're gonna send him to Twistin. He can drain people over there. We could imprison him here. We could, try to, I don't know, put him somewhere away, but that's better. Just get the hell out of here. Now, of course, we do have to replace our warrior. And Gimlet Oakenbarrow was the one to grab a spear and replace him. Oh, we also have new migrants arriving. Hopefully no vampires this around, please. Now, I wanted to show you our new inn. This is gonna be a big boy. The Dinner of Lancers Tavern is apparently what it's called. It's got a really nice and big dance floor, which is right here. And over here, we're gonna put a couple of items on pedestals. Also, apparently that dwarven baby has been missing for a week and now found dead. That's the one that was having issues spreading miasma. Looks like it died out here and it has been buried now. Yeah, there wasn't anything really we could do to save that child. It was just a baby, so you know, it is what it is. Let's instead just be excited about our new inn. These are the 3 items that we had still, our artifacts, Sangsu Usun, Tolmidor something something, and Otiletter. Also, we're bringing all of our drinks down here now, so, you know, people can drink there. We also apparently have a couple of thieves, and I think the dwarves that were here with the traders are gonna hopefully deal with them. No, they're gonna die. I'm sending my military out, but I'm not sure if, oh, these guys are going after my doggos. Never mind. As soon as my military came up here, they escaped. I don't think they even killed any of the Androzorcuses, just injured them. Oh, look, more forgotten beasts. They chill in the caves and fight the other forgotten beasts, or run away from them. And there are also some ratfolk thieves that my Androzorcuses just let through. I'm not sure if that's the plan. Oh, now they're gonna run away. Now they're running, and now the doggos are gonna get them, and also my soldiers. That was the first action of my rock-tamed squad. For their first kills, I think they deserve to be named. So now we have Crutch Wonderlinde, Jeremy Coaldigger, John Dwarf, Walking the Hammer, Steve Andesite, Greater Iron Scribe, Fraggle McCroxon, Bob the Stone Splitter, and Boggy Guard as the new named dwarves for this rock-tamed squad. Welcome to the fortress, my friends. Let's hope you do not die in your second combat. Like, you survived the first, but you never know about the second. Now, I moved down below a couple more nests, and I set up a couple more Velociraptor, Oviraptor, and chicken nests over here, because these places are getting very busy and well, they are fighting each other. Also in the same area, I'm moving all of the logs that we have, the many logs, and we're gonna make this here a carpenter's guild. So far, this was our only carpenter's workshop. We haven't been using it that much. This place is gonna be nothing special, but it's mainly come from desire to move all the wooden logs that we had, because we had a huge variety, which means they're taking a lot of space over here, so we gotta get rid of that. I'm also increasing the size of this drink stockpile down here, because we have a decent amount now, and it's already full. And just as I was setting up new pedestals here, we had Ustut, the animal dissector, who has begun to stalk and brood. And he has claimed a tanner's workshop. I'm not sure exactly what he's missing. We have yarn cloth, we have some cut gems. I'm gonna butcher some more animals because he's in a macabre mood. Maybe he needs certain bones. Although we do have quite a nice amount of bones down here anyway. While Moody Dwarf not being able to find what he needs is a problem, we do have our Danatherums giving birth to Danatherum cows, and we have a bunch of them running around over here. Also, our Carnotaur has laid 16 eggs, and they're all fertile. You love to see it. Also, our Oviraptors have grown up, so hopefully these guys are gonna start laying eggs here now. It's a good chance our Moody Dwarf wants vermin remains, because he's in a macabre mood, and there's vermin around like these lizards. Alas, we have no vermin killers. We have no cats or anything like that. So if that's really the thing he needs for the certain things, he's gonna have to wait for, I don't know, for traders to show up. Oh boy. Ustud, the animal dissector, has gone stark raving mad. He's just running around babbling. So he's not actually attacking anybody. At least not yet. So that's fine. He's gonna go get naked. No, not even a problem. Every proper dwarf fortress needs an insane dwarf, am I right? Anyway, I moved the wood furnace and the ashery down here so we can make some ash and lye and soap out of it. Because I noticed we used most of the soap we had. And because people definitely love living next to places that has lots of ash and lye going around, I'm gonna build a couple of bedrooms here, and this here is gonna be for our soap makers. We finally got some more basalt blocks again, so we get building materials, which means we're gonna also set up just some more bedrooms. Get rid of all this stacked furniture that we have over here, and give our million homeless people a place to sleep, finally. Also, remember those Carnotaurs? Look at them go. A lot of them running around here now. I love this. This is great. Eventually, when they grow up, we're gonna train them for war. So, right now, we're just filling in the empty spots, like right here, is what we're gonna do. And this empty area over here, we're gonna turn this into a temple. A temple to Gakit, the god of misery and torture, who is apparently being worshipped by 55 people here. Well, now they can worship here if they so desire. Oh, the crazy dwarf died from dehydration. May he rest in pieces. That's gonna be the last tomb filled in now. But we also have another moody dwarf who has claimed this place and is now gathering items. Hopefully that one is not gonna go crazy. Also, apparently we just evicted a bunch of traders when I moved the trade depot over here. Apparently we still had them from like late autumn. There was a group still here. Sorry guys, didn't want to do that. But I guess now what I have to do is kill this giant Ikiti who has just arrived. Ikiti is coming in here. Androzarchus is gonna try to bite his ass. Oh, I guess only one Androzarchus, and oh, he killed that one. That's rough, but he's now seriously injured, so I'm guessing he's not gonna survive the rest of the Androzarchuses. Good job, boys. Anyway, back to this. The reason I'm building this here is because we're gonna move 2 barracks right there. So these guys are not the only ones protecting here. Let's move the Ashen Strangers into this first one, and the Flayed Knights can come over here. And while I was preparing that, Rigoth the Hunter has created Tossid Likot, a direct mug. She claims it is an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor Atir Clasp Listen. No heirlooms allowed. This is worth 37,000. That is actually amazing. There's an image of 2 mountains in diorite and an image of armoring the diorite mug in precious fire opal. We're gonna take good care of it, and we're gonna put this goblet over here. Oh, we got even more Carnotaurus. Oh boy. That is a lot of them now. You know what? We're just gonna train the 2 big boys as war animals, and then the rest can be turned into mummies and daddies later on. Lots of this food here is rotting now. Lots of this food is rotting down here. We are trashing a lot of stuff. Since we had so many animals, we had to butcher a lot of them, and I guess a lot of stuff is rotten in the process. And our food stockpile definitely wasn't big enough. So I'm gonna set up a set of stairs going down over here, and we're gonna make a new food stockpile here, but easily accessible by stairs to this kitchen. There we go, and the first piece is already coming in. Well, we got new migrants once again, so we might go over 180. But also, a metalsmiths guild has been established. Oh, also doctors guild, huh? Nice. We just got a legendary surgeon in here, so no wonder. Yeah, let's go. Well, those guys will probably need their own places. For now, I moved my rangers up here. This is where they're gonna train. That gives them also a chance to shoot through here whenever somebody comes up. Ah, there it is. Metalsmiths want a guild, and the doctors want it as well. Now, I don't want to necessarily build one for our metalsmiths down here because I eventually want to move this further up. So for now, we're just gonna mine them a small section below this area. As for the doctors, I do want to build a proper hospital somewhere over here next to all the new barracks. We're also gonna be reworking this whole section over here. This is where I want the bedrooms to be for these squads, so they can just go sleep here whenever they need to. So whoever lived here previously, really unfortunate for you boys. And the Rock Tame squad has been assigned over here. Well, pretty much all but the Lady Rock Tame herself, who of course has nice personal quarters. Also, I just wanted to show you this forgotten beast down here. This thingy is constantly fighting stuff, and if you can look around, there's so many corpses here. It's got 5 notable kills and 106 other kills, most of them at rock bottom. It's just farming here. Now, it is seriously injured though, so I assume it's gonna die sooner rather than later. But yeah, it has caused quite a commotion here. Also assigned all the bedrooms for the Flayed Knights over here. So those are dealt with now. Now I'm gonna fill in a couple more for the Ashen Strangers and the Angry Bolts over yonder as well. Oh, look at that. We have a bunch of humans arriving. Welcome in, boys. Come on, come on. And while they were coming in, this is the guild hall for the metalsmiths right now. That's all they needed. They're happy with this, even though it's very incomplete. We also have Aaron's caravan arriving. They haven't been around in ages, so that's nice to see them here. And there's a third caravan now. We got Humies coming in here, so let's trade with these boys. They brought us Titanoboas just like we asked for, and they've got some scrolls and books for our library. Aryans on the other hand don't have much, so I'm just gonna buy their cloth and leather. And from the other humans, we're gonna buy a couple of instruments for our temples and inns, and more scrolls and books. Well, with the trade done, we now have a forgotten beast arriving, but of course we do. She's composed of steam, so I'm guessing it's gonna just evaporate sooner rather than later. I did want to show you our progress down below. This is where we're gonna have water and power generation, hopefully. I am gonna be making double and triple sure that whenever we get water going down here, we don't also get nasty beasties coming with said water, hopefully. I guess getting new migrants in here is gonna help with that, although these migrants are not gonna be too happy seeing all these corpses on the surface. Anyway, back to construction here. I'm also gonna add a couple of floodgates so we can make sure the water is going through or not going through, depends on how we want it. And the levers operating all these mechanisms are gonna be here, all the way up here where we have our temples, and there's always plenty of people. Also, the doctors are happy with their guild hall, even though it's far from complete, but you know, just place down some iron floors and they're like, hell yeah, that's all we need. Which means that I can finally start moving this hospital into this area instead of it's like just being in the middle of a hallway. Actually, maybe first we're gonna have to deal with the enemy who came here to lay siege to our fortress. Of course, it's the Ixtids, and it's led by its abomination, Nexitui Playmenist, a competent commander. Well, the invaders are already coming in, and the Androzarchuses are probably gonna get real hurt over here. We do have our rangers shooting up here, so the Androzarchuses are a nice distraction. Oh, these boys definitely have the numbers on our poor doggos. They will not be able to hold them down for too long. Well, just looking at these corpses, we have killed a lot already. Holy shit. And some are just falling down here to their death. Look, if we can kill so many without needing to send my melee dudes out, hell yeah. But the melee dudes are gonna go out now. I hope they don't go too far though, because we know that some of these estates are pretty powerful. But I think so far they're just melting. Yeah, this defense worked really well. These guys are fleeing now. I think only these boys remain, and I sent my dudes out to get them, and that should be the end of them. I think we had more than 100 raiders come in, and nobody here even got injured from our boys. That was a really good defense, I think. We did use like 2,000 bolts from here though, so that's gonna be a problem in the long run. We need to queue up more iron bolts. And these guys nicely brought us a platinum bar. Hell yeah. Alas, from our Androzarchuses, only 3 remain up here in this area. You fought well. Now you're gonna get 10 more. There's always 13 assigned here. The 13 Androzarchuses to sacrifice themselves for us. With war stuff now kind of done, I wanted to show you that I have assigned the last of the bedrooms over here for all of these 3 squads. They all live right above their barracks now. And I have also finished our hospital, just waiting for a couple of extra attraction benches to be completed, and then we'll finally have a decent hospital. Which means now we can go back to the fun stuff like trading with the Naga, and at the same time working on this section. And just before we go trade, I have now assigned these bedrooms and these bedrooms to the Mark's Dwarfs as well. So the military actually have bedrooms now. Imagine that. Please no vampires up there though. It does seem like we have a couple of gnolls coming in to try to steal from us and kill our Androzarchuses. None of that. The military's coming. Just please don't fall down, and we're good. We did lose 10 Androzarchuses again, apparently. Good thing we have plenty more. Now we can go trade. We'll buy swamp whiskey from the Naga and some shell steel stuff. I will get some instruments from the dwarves, and they also have a steel battle axe, which is really nice. We're gonna have to pay well for all the steel stuff, but we got plenty to trade. Also, we had our last migrant. We are up to 200 population and a metropolis. And with that, the Guild of Meat, a brewer's guild, has been established. They already have a guild hall over here anyway, so that shouldn't really be a problem. In the meantime, we also set up a small mechanics guild over here, because I forgot to rebuild my mechanics workshops after I destroyed them, and then I was wondering why my traction benches weren't made. Well, now we know. Oh, the dwarven child Anomal has now been possessed. He wants to become a crafts dwarf. Alright, you go, buddy. And while the child does that, we are almost ready to release water down here. I also built another access down on this side all the way to our workers here. Now it's gonna be time to crack this open, and I want my military here, so Ashen Strangers, come down here, boys. There were some beasties here before. Not sure if they're here now. In any case, we have released the flood, and the flood is going. And I do have to forbid everything here, because otherwise these guys are just gonna go for everything. And we blocked it. Alright, squad, you can go back to your regularly scheduled training, and we are going out of these caves. Don't want to go in there again, at least unless it's necessary. But for now, we got what we needed. We have our own water down here, and eventually this is where we're gonna start producing power. And our dwarven child has created a Vabox Hasar, a granite puzzle box. Oh, he basically made a toy for himself. A toy worth 32,000? That's amazing. Little did they know that I will be stealing this. Of course, all craftsmanship is of the highest quality. And there's an image of Egil Clearfur, the Aryans, and a cave dragon in bronze. The cave dragon is striking down Egil. The artwork relates to the killing of the Aryans Egil by the cave dragon and mole spider in the contingent horns in the midsummer of 1A3 during Umus Smas, the attack of Rax. What a beautiful piece. Please throw it over here into the inn. And while the child was doing that, I set up our first water wheels down here, and we're generating a decent amount of power so far. Of course, this is not connected to anything. That's something that has to come still. But this is now a start to our power generation. Also, I see that 16 Carnotaurus have become adults, and also Titanoboa gave birth to hatchlings. Our animal kingdom is getting more and more beautiful by the day. Also, in the meantime, I have created a small pressers guild over here. We built a couple of querns where we're mashing plants into slurry, and then there's a couple of screw presses where we're making paper sheets. That's all because I want to increase the size of our very tiny library here. I'm gonna be assigning some scholars and scribes over here as well. Amos the clerk, who's a legendary chemist, is gonna become a new scholar, and so is gonna be Ast, the legendary mechanic as well. Ast is a rotting immortal, so for our clerk we're gonna have an immortal martyr who is a legendary reader, and maybe this beekeeper as well. And since it's only appropriate, I did name my scribes, so Swiggy Midfiz III and Badashir G are now the scholars, and then Tiompi Salwan and Pimpa Boxy are the scribes. Now we just need more tables and chairs in here. And of course, we're gonna need some bookcases as well. To join the other guild halls, we now have a spinner's hall right here as well, because we've been lacking a loom for a while, and I know there's some spider webs out here that we can definitely grab. I don't know how this is possible. Somehow we got Achaea all the way down here into Velociraptor nest. This is like 7-8 layers below ground. Really impressive, Chaos. That is one problematic thing. Yeah, the flying creatures can just, you know, fly down here and bypass all of our walls and such. And as such, maybe it's time we do something about this. So let's build a bridge over here, shall we? And building a bridge, this miner decided that, you know what would be a good idea? To fall down here. Oh boy. I don't think this Androzarchus died in the process of falling, but actually it might have. Also training War Carnotaurus. First we got some facts about it, and now we have attained a general familiarity with it, so we're getting better. If we continue like this, eventually our faction will know all about Carnotaurus, and if I were to make another fortress down the line, I'll probably have them as pets. Which, to be honest, you'll love to see it. And next to my Weavers and Mechanics Guild, I've been building some new bedrooms over here, and since it's first of spring again, I noticed that Mamos the clothier has been found dead. Looks like Mamos died of old age, unfortunately. Double unfortunate is also that we have no tombs prepared, so let's get those sorted out again. I'm pretty sure Mamos was actually a legendary clothier, so he's gonna be missed. Also, while all that was happening, we did build our main bridge. It's an iron bridge, looks really cool and menacing. We also have a moody dwarf who has taken over the leatherworks and he's got some yak leather here. And Thob the leatherworker has created Isak Ralok, a yak leather cloak. He offers it to the Violet Storms. This beautiful piece is worth 10,000, of course our craftsmanship is of the highest quality. And there's an image of Catan theater servants, the dwarf and dwarves in cave spider silk. Catan surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Catan to the position of Baroness of the Tool of Brains in 78. That's more of our ancient history and belongs on a pedestal in the inn as well. Also, I feel like the inn needs some more space for all the drinks we've got. I have no idea how this ratfolk made it all the way down here, but Gimlet, Oaken Barrel, killed it now. There is another corpse over here. I'm guessing they must have fallen down and survived the fall, because there was one up here that killed one of our Androzarchuses. So you know what? I'm gonna assign one Carnotaur up here and let's see if they kill that one. Anyway, over here, amongst all of our bedrooms, I have assigned another temple, and this one is gonna be for Lidot Died Phantoms, who apparently 99 people worship him, a god of blight, disease and deformity. Beautiful. Also, next time somebody tries to jump down here, they're gonna have to be jumping real far because we are all the way down to caverns now almost. I'm guessing that fall is gonna hurt. Also, I did wanted to show you that I have assigned a tavern keeper. Carl the Fake is now our tavern keeper over here, so he's gonna be getting people drunk if you ever have any visitors. We do not have visitors right now because I'm not allowing them to come in here. We know that the visitors means, well, vampires and such and weird creatures, so not right now, not yet. I've created a couple more bedrooms down here, and right next to it I'm making a bronze temple made from bronze melted down from weapons from our defeated enemies. So I think it's very appropriate if we assign this temple to Rakust, the god of death and suicide, worshipped by 66 people. You guys are a bunch of weirdos. Oh, but it's that time again. We got a human caravan coming in. Don't be afraid of the pit, my friends, just come on in. Same as the errands and yet another human caravan. They can barely all park over here, there's not even enough space for them. But let's see what kind of a trade Smoky Thunderlungs can get. These guys have the Kentrosauruses that we asked for previously, and they also have Tiktaalex. Oh, the errands actually have steel items. That's interesting. I was not aware that these guys had steel, so we're gonna buy some. And then the other humans have some platinum and silver bars for us, which is really nice. And they also have some scrolls for us. Well, that was a great trade. So now that we have plenty of Kentrosauruses that I wanted a couple of seasons ago already, I'm gonna set up a special nesting area for them, and these dudes should go in here. Of course, one of the boxes got instantly claimed by a Carnotaur, but there should still be plenty for the rest of them. We just got surprised by a bunch of Gnoll spearmen. That's really nasty, and our Carnotaur died to those spearmen. Worry not, the military's coming though. Even though maybe we should be worried. These spearmen are nothing to sneeze at. These guys are pretty strong. I guess not strong enough to contain us. We did have somebody be injured. Dorian Pickaxe, our spearmaster, did get seriously injured in the process. Only 2 Androzarchuses remain up here, so this time around we're gonna bolster them with more Carnotaurs. Also, we just learned that Kogan Walyal, being the rightful heir, has inherited the position of abbot for the doctrine of escorts. And that's this lady. She's just socializing over here now, watching how stones are being made. Not exactly sure how this helps us right now, but hey, it's kinda cool. In any case, these Androzarchuses have given their lives bravely. New Androzarchuses now coming. And one day, we will thank them for saving our lives and lives of all the citizens of this fortress. With the life-giving waters now flowing below our fortress and the wheels of power turning swiftly, I decided it was time for the magma plan. The void defenses were almost complete, which meant flooding the fort with liquid death was the next logical step. But there were many precautionary steps I had to observe, and most importantly, make sure I don't actually flood rock bottom with magma. One single mistake and it would be the death of everything I built. So I had to take it one step at a time and begin by bringing the power to the surface. Alright, so the way I'm planning to do this is I want to first bring magma from around here somewhere, and we're gonna build a nice pump stack going all the way up here. We can have a nice line all the way here. So that in the end is going to be the bottom of our fort, that whoever falls to the void thing, and they're just gonna drown in magma. It's how it's gonna be. And then after that, we're gonna bring the magma further up all the way here, where we're gonna flood this area. Now, to make all of this happen, we're gonna need some magma safe materials. So we're gonna be making basalt mechanisms, and down here we're gonna be making pipe sections and enormous corkscrews out of iron. Luckily, we have a lot of iron. Actually, mining all of this out is going to be a very long process, so in the meantime, we're going to prepare some more water wheels. Looks like we also have Naga traders arriving, so we're going to try to buy some shell steel from these guys if they have it. Oh shit, we also have a Were Civet. Bear Gusilbel has arrived. A large civet twisted into a humanoid form. Okay, up here, do we have anybody? Well, there's some Naga boys there. That could be scary. We're gonna see what it does exactly. Well, I think it decided to fall all the way down. That's not good, because now it's basically in our base. But the fact that this bastard survived the fall all the way down here, it kind of tells us that we really do need magma down here, don't we? Now, luckily, nobody was injured in the process, so we're good there. Nobody got bitten. And we get more traders in. Now, the Naga traders, they do have a shell steel cap we can buy, and some shell steel gauntlets, and some shell steel greaves as well. And the dwarves who came here have a steel breastplate, which is really nice, and also a bunch of steel high boots and steel helmets. While the trading happened, I also moved my jewelers all the way down here, because previously they did not have a proper guild hall. And also, all of our power wheels down here are done. We are producing quite a lot of power right now. Is that going to be good enough to power our magma stack? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll need more. Also, we're going to be throwing some more monsters into magma, and I brought my soldiers down here just in case something untoward happens here and they don't want to go peacefully into the magma. Yeah, there was already one such. Alright, I might have forgotten that there was another drone up here. God damn it. It was over here, and apparently, yeah, it didn't go well, did it? Cat and the cook has been found dead. We also apparently had a bit of a fight down here. Wow. Well, good thing I posted military here, right? Oh god, we also have a flaming Atten. Nobody's attacking it, which means it's not really trying to attack us. It's just burning on a spot. It's no longer burning on a spot. Okay, we also killed a bunch of thieves over here. I think that's about it now. We don't have anybody to throw in here anymore, do we? Nice. Well, some slight injuries. It happens, even to the best of us. We also had a brewer take over a magma forge. Brought some really nice stuff down here. And he has created Edenelas, a nickel battle axe. He claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor, Asub Walltails. It is worth 13k, and of course all quartzworship is of the highest quality. It's encrusted with rectangular hematite cabochons, studded with nickel and encircled with bands of llama leather. It menaces with spikes of precious fire opal, and there's an image on it of waves in firelight. And there's also an image of rectangular cabochons in llama leather. So no special stuff, but this is kind of cool, and it's gonna fit very nicely on this pedestal here in the inn. Now, we're gonna start digging our magma stack. It is indeed time. While we're digging that, a couple of rats came in here, and they're trying to shoot my dogs. My dogs apparently don't care about that too much, but my soldiers do, and they're coming here to clear them out. They killed a bunch of my Androzarchuses. How dare they? Cowardly rats. They come here to kill my animals? How dare they? They will pay for this. One day, we're gonna throw them into magma. And down here, we have cracked open the access to magma. And that's where we're gonna build our first screw pump right there. And then above that screw pump, we're gonna have to dig in. So whenever this magma pumps over into this corner, we can then pump it from here over yonder. And then, you know, we go up and up. The holes we needed down here have now been dug, and slowly but surely we are also building the mechanisms. Now I haven't quite figured out yet exactly how I'm gonna get the power upstairs as well, so it's not gonna be in a stupid position, but I do think I should be able to figure it out, like somewhere over here maybe we could go through with the pipes potentially. But let's first set up all of these little pumps. Just to get here we're going through like 20 Z levels of pumps, I think. Yeah, from elevation 16 is where we start pumping, and we're gonna be delivering this magma on elevation 36. Then later on, of course, we're gonna want to bring it up to elevation 48 as well. Also, I really should have put like a grate over there, so I'm gonna go fix that. We probably don't wanna pull out a magma crab or something, right? We also have the power going this way now, so now we have to bring it all the way up here. The whole power thing is gonna connect over here to a bunch of these gear assemblies that are gonna run the whole stack. We also linked this gear assembly right here to this power switch that we're now gonna pull, so it's turned off for now, because now we can start connecting this with vertical axles all the way up here, and once that is fully connected, the gears are gonna start turning. And there it is, it's turning all the way up here. We're not even using that much power yet, but of course we haven't connected the stack. But basically we got everything now to bring magma in here. Well, our building just got interrupted because a wild force of darkness arrived. Our army commanded by a no Stathu Steppool. A competent commander, they have lashers. Alright, well, let's see what these guys do. We're gonna have our Cardinal Towers probably perish against them because there is too many. We don't have any rangers on the ballistas yet. Oh, now they're coming. That's great to see. We were a bit too slow maybe this time around coming here, but those going through here now are gonna suffer. Also, I noticed my rangers do refuse to move there to the edge so they can actually shoot down as well. Not a big fan of that, but hey, it is what it is. These gnolls are getting pummeled and are having very big trouble crossing the bridge. I'm fine with that. These guys don't even need to jump in. Oh, but now they did. Dorsey Helm decided that, you know what? It's time to slaughter some people and fall down into a hole. Amazing. Oh, military, what do I pay you for? I don't think jumping into a hole is what I pay you for. Well, I guess Helm didn't die, but I cannot imagine that went well. We can actually shoot up here? Holy shit, I did not imagine that. That's amazing. These guys are now... they're gone. With pretty much no help from my Angry Bolts boys, and an amazing jump from Dorsey Helm, who only broke her arm after that huge fall. That's kind of cool. Problem is, next time she's gonna fall into magma, and there's gonna be no escaping that. Unfortunately, these two rams stayed there. And because of that, we still have siege happening, even though there is no actual invaders. There's a Forgotten Beast though. Not really worried about this one. It's probably gonna die to the other many Forgotten Beasts that are down here. Now, while we are waiting for our miners to get basically rid of all the excess stone that we have around, I wanted to mine this section out over here. For this is gonna be our new well. We also have a moody dwarf who apparently can't find what she needs. Oh, never mind, she goes. I still had the burrow on. That's what it is. So now we can set up the well over here, and we don't need to go for the other well we had before. Oh, and our weaver has created Ebel Nebel, a llama wool left mitten. She offers it to the Violet Storms. Why do they always just make like one mitten or one shoe or something like that? Silly pillies. Anyway, it's worth 12k, which is pretty nice. And there's no like special images on it, just 3 giant captions in Rhyolite. That's gonna be the final assignment for our inn. Then we're gonna kind of run out of space already. The slight problem is that the power generation is here. Would have been better if it was somewhere deeper in our base, because now we're gonna have to do the sky moat a bit differently around here. The last pieces of the moat are now being dug. Finally, we're gonna soon be ready to flood this, and I guess then we won't have trees growing anymore down here, which is gonna be a bit unfortunate. But that's a price we are willing to pay. I was just about to say that the void mode is now complete, but we have a giantess arrive here, and he's fighting a visiting dwarf. And now it's gonna be fighting all of these guys. who were still there. Okay, I might have forgotten to turn off the siege engines. To be honest, that worked out quite well. We're also mining the last sections out over here. They're still protruding into the void and blocking off all the access down below over here. Just like that, this cave section is done, and very soon the inn section is going to be done as well. And after that, well, we're pretty good, pretty nicely isolated on this side here. And this section is pretty much clean now. Just need to get rid of this one rhyolite, and then you need to block this with basalt. And then comes the moment of truth. We're gonna pull this lever. That's gonna connect here, and instantly we got magma down here. It is quite insane how fast this goes as well, knowing that we are pumping this like 20 levels. Also, we have more than enough power generated, and that makes me happy. And once this section is full, then we're gonna think about bringing this all up to the surface as well. Now, while this is filling in, I already had an idea how I'm gonna bring all of this all the way up. We're gonna do it in this corner because as I was building the base, I left a hole here with basically that idea that we'll be bringing stuff here. Okay, maybe not this bedroom. That one's gonna have to be removed. Also, yes, we're getting a couple more war Carna towers. I checked, by the way. We have 354 Carna towers. Most of them, or at least the adults, are all war ones or becoming war ones. And then the Carna towers, some of them are gonna get slaughtered. Actually, that's way too many to slaughter. I did not plan this. I think when I turned on Auto Butcher to check how many there are, it Auto Butchered everything. It's trying to murder all of my Androzarchus pops as well. How dare you? Also, over here, where we have our Metalsmith's Guild Hall, we're gonna be building our magma forges right here as well. And we're slowly but surely gonna be bringing all of this up. Also, this pool is now completely full. We don't really need to pump here anymore. There we go. This power is now off over here, and I'm gonna do a bit of a switcheroo over here. We're gonna remove this and we're gonna unlink this. The main reason why I'm doing this is I just want to do a bit of a switcheroo around here, how our gear assemblies are gonna work, and we're gonna have different power sections go in different ways. So yeah, this is where we're gonna start our pumping section from this side, and then we're gonna go, well, further up over here, which means it's also time we get rid of this bedroom. Unfortunate for the soldiers who live here. It was Malachi Oakenshield and Torok Axemane. Worry not, they'll be moved up here. Let's also make sure these guys do not accidentally dodge into the holes that we have now created. Now that we know how this is gonna look, the question is, where do we bring the power up? I was thinking right next to this. We're gonna have to move Fergalpin the Delver as well. I'm gonna get rid of this bedroom. Oh, and Minka, the Stonecrafter, has now been possessed. Hopefully, he's gonna make us something nice while we continue working on this. Oh, come on. Fiona Firebeard fell down. How'd you manage to do that? These soldiers. They're probably just dodging into the hole. Go away. Go stand in that corner. Let's make sure that doesn't happen again. There you go. Now you can have your barracks back. She broke both of her arms and shoulders. Interesting that it wasn't legs, but I guess she caught herself. Probably not gonna be the best soldier anymore, but hopefully she won't need to be. Oh, I just realized. Oh, this is so stupid. This is too close to the edge to build this. It wasn't too close to the edge to build that, but it's too close to the edge to build this. So because we made this hole here, everything now in this hole is too close to the edge, even though if I didn't make this hole, it would not be too close to the edge. That is some bullshit there, game. Fine, don't worry, we're just gonna redo everything. And while I was trying to rebuild that, Minka the Stonecrafter has created Thoughtsang, a magnetite earring. He claims it as a family heirloom. Well, buddy, if you want to put it on, put it on. It's 15k, that's actually really nice. And let's see, we have an image of Recluse of Glazing, the bronze short sword in magnetite. Medtop is raising the Recluse of Glazing, and it relates to the offering of the Recluse of Glazing by the dwarf Vitaris Lamaire to the dwarf, the Lost One, Medtop. and the Tool of Brains in 122. Really cool. And also Lorbum Cave Yells, the dwarf, who is surrounded by the dwarves, and it relates the ascension of the dwarf Lorbum to the position of Queen of the Tool of Brains in the late winter of 216. We have learned more stuff about ourselves now. Okay, now, after all this, I realized that this is going to be too close to the edge as well, right? Because this is where I wanted to power this section. Oh god, this is annoying. This is extremely and utterly annoying. We're going to have to redo some of the bullshit that I've done here. Shenanigans will be afoot, but maybe some of these bedrooms are going to have some internal heating that otherwise they wouldn't. It's going to take us whole winter just to fix this one small mistake. Looks like this tile now is going to be forever too close to the edge. Just impossible to build anything there. It's just what it is. This one tile is too close to the edge. It's kind of convenient because that tile is now the tile where, well, invaders can kind of easily build their own stairs into my fortress. Not sure if I'm a big fan of that, but I guess that's the way it is. Oh boy, my Baron got caught in a pool of magma? How'd you manage to do that, buddy? Why did you do that? Well, we now have no Baron. Why did you fall down here? He somehow managed to do that, fall all the way down here even though there's nobody attacking us, no nothing. He just walked here. I'm assuming he threw this basalt block on the ground and stumbled in. I'm guessing being a rotting immortal does not help you much with magma. Oh, the guy that we sent away a long time ago has gone berserk. He was still imprisoned here, and now the Carnotowers aid him. So now we have no Baron for people to complain to, and our mayor is basically imprisoned. Yeah, rock bottom is definitely going places. By the way, we haven't had any trade Karens or anything like that show up in quite a few months, and I'm thinking it's because we still have siege ongoing, and I don't know how to get rid of these to get rid of the siege thing. You can't really send your dwarves to destroy that. It's not even targetable. So for now, I guess we're just gonna have to suffer through this. Also, once this gear assembly is in place, we're gonna have pretty much everything we need. Alas, it's first of spring again. Toruk Axemane has been found dead. Why is it always soldiers? What the fuck? Toruk was one of our best soldiers. Ah, I hate that. I think that was also Malachi's wife. Yep. Malachi is gonna be so happy. Bunch of grandpas and grandmas out here, and I need to assign somebody else now. We did also have a moody dwarf, Erish, the farmer, who has now created Nikad Zokun, a rhyolite bracelet. He claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor Lore Mirrored Organs. Really, your organs were mirrored, huh? It's a bracelet. Of course, all craftsmanship is of the highest quality, and there's an image of musk ox man in cave spider silk on this. You know what, buddy? You can have it as your own thing. Sure, why not? Now, as the moment of truth, let's pull this lever and let's watch the world burn. Since we are pumping out of here, we're gonna have to pull this lever as well, so we are gonna be pumping in once again. This whole process is gonna be slightly slower probably than the previous one, but once it's done, it's gonna be so lovely. Now, of course, this whole thing here, it's kind of a weakness for our base, the way it's set up. I probably could have set it up differently, but in the end, this is gonna achieve what I wanted. And if anybody tries to dig through here, well, they're gonna run into our military anyway. Although, to be honest, I don't even know if anybody can attack us right now since we have that siege ongoing constantly. We're gonna try to somehow get rid of this. I wonder if I dig underneath it, if I can do anything. Oh, yeah, that thing fell down. Oh, we did it. Okay, that got destroyed. Although the siege tag is still here though. But this tile here is now also too close to the edge because we made a hole here. I did not know this is how it works. I'm not a big fan, to be honest. I am a big fan of this being almost full though, which means we can turn this off, and yeah, this section is now done. Some of these bedrooms, they're gonna have a bit of internal heating. Boring Steel Hands is gonna love this. I used DF hack to try and fix my stuff for the siege. Now there's 2 null miners here. We're gonna see if that's gonna lift it after my Androzarchuses deal with them, hopefully. He did kill him. Oh, that lifted the siege. That actually did it. Thank you, DF hack. So basically, just to show you, I ran the fix retrieve units, and it found 2 null miners in the depths somewhere. Brought them back, and that lifted the siege. Holy shit. So now you know, if you're ever stuck in a siege, what to do. I did sacrifice a couple of our Androsarchuses, but that was worth it, I'd say. Especially because now that means we can get sieges again, but also trade. Well, I'm really happy that is done, because that means we can now go back to building our fortress properly, as I always wanted to. So next, a little pet project that we're gonna do is we're gonna install some mist generators and make our slightly unhappier dwarves slightly happier. Unfortunately, I didn't leave empty spaces like here above the inn, or maybe somewhere over here where most people are walking, so we're just gonna have to find some less suitable spaces. Also, hopefully get rid of all these Carnotowers. Oh, and also we have a magma crab in here. Oh! I know why there's a magma crab here. When I did the unstuck command to fix the gnolls, it also retrieved some magma crabs, I believe, so there we go. Actually, there's a good chance they might pop through here, because we left all of this down here, didn't we? Yeah, that might be something that would be worth fixing. We also have a forgotten beast. Srakik has come. Srakik's probably gonna die to the forgotten beast that kills all the forgotten beasts. Oh shit, did we have a magma crab come up here? I don't see it. It might be that one of the Carnotowers was still on fire and came up here, spread the fire. That could have happened. Give it some time, boys. Let the fire go out. You're not actually stranded. These guys are complaining they're stranded here. You can take the other stairs, you know that, right? Anyway, let's go back to our mist generations. We're gonna do one here. Hopefully that's gonna be enough, or close enough to these stairs, so lots of people going up and down are gonna be hit by the mists. We're gonna need a couple of screw pumps for this endeavor. And we're gonna have some floor bars here as well. Also, apparently there's an eagle down here. I just saw it fly by. There's some blood. I'm guessing the Carnotowers will eventually get it. Yep, they got it over here. Somebody ate it. We have our first piece of water in here. This is water 1 out of 7. We also have the power going over here, so all we need is one more slice. Actually, never mind. I forgot to build like 3 gears. Now please bring us one more piece of water. I don't really want the smut over here though. Ah, there you go. The mists are here. We did bring enough water now. Oh, you'll have to see it. Hopefully people are gonna enjoy this. I also made this a small meeting area, so if they want to chill here, they can eat their meals or whatever. Oh, we also have Etin Unisex has arrived. Let's see what this guy's gonna do. I'm guessing he's gonna run for my Carnotowers. He did run for my animals, but my animals are gonna hunt it down, I hope. Androsarchuses are the ones fighting it right now, and it's definitely hurting. Oh, my rangers are poking it from down below now. That's a good target practice, I hope, as well. I see some gut spilling there. Oh, we also have a siege. The enemy has arrived. They are commanded by Ixit Harvester Hetingulma Sternfell, a competent commander, and they have some lashers. We're gonna see what these bad boys do, but for now they're just coming in. This time around we're gonna pull the bridge. The first ones are already fighting my dinos. I have a feeling they'll be able to cross my Androsarchuses and get rid of them. We're still waiting for anybody to man these. Oh, people are coming, let's go. And that's when the real fight begins, because now that we can shoot at them, things are gonna get easier. One of the Carnotowers is just kiting them down. I'm pretty sure one of them also splashed all the way down here. Oh, and now Carnotower is also splashing. That is slightly unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. We have also pulled the bridge now, so these guys, basically they're kind of stuck. All they can do is fight my war Carnotowers, and while they do that, we're also going to be shooting at them. So the animals, they're mostly a distraction. I'm so sorry, Carnotowers, but I'm afraid that was your fate all along. We can't even shoot all the way back here. That really makes me happy. We're probably gonna set up some more siege engines, because not everybody is shooting right now. And of course, not every Carnotower is fighting at the same time. There are quite a lot of them stacking up together, but we are just shredding them right now. These Carnotowers, they don't die that easily. Well, these invaders who came in here, all dead. We can clear the civilian alert, and once the doors are down, we're gonna go and we're gonna kill the last few remaining on the surface. Ashen strangers, assemble. Here they go, and that should be the siege dealt with. Well, now we can go back to work, and as you can see, I am working on another mist generator here. Also, I was annoyed with these Carnotowers being all across the map, because there was just so many of them, so I moved most of them down here or over here, where they are also causing a lot of issues, I guess. But at least we don't have as many all across the base. Well, never mind, we still have a bunch. We gotta move these as well. I'm waiting for a kid with a bucket, and then this is gonna work. Oh, it wasn't even a kid. Let's go. We have our new mist generator. And this one is really right next to where everybody's going down. They're gonna love that waterfall. Hopefully this is gonna improve the moods a bit. Even though, let's be real, they're not that bad. We have like 3 people who are kind of unhappy. Right now, 2 of them are our Marks Dwarfs. I promise you, Marks Dwarfs, life's gonna be better. Although I cannot set up a waterfall above you unless you want a magma fall. But eventually when they go grab something to eat, they'll probably gonna, sooner rather than later, go past the waterfall. I'll probably set up a couple more if I can, but definitely the next thing that we want to deal with is the issue of all of these people here still being kind of homeless. Most of them children, but yeah, lots of people don't have a bedroom. But that's something that's fixable. Also, the big ladies have arrived and they want to trade. Oh shit, we have another magma crab. Just killed somebody. Apparently it's overcome by terror. I think all of my other people are overcome by terror. And now it's burning probably more of them. Yeah, somebody else died, and the magma crab is now dead. We lost a woodcutter and a child. And this might be just because... Oh god, what is going on over here? Androzarchus, why are you burning here, buddy? Anyway, I wanted to say this probably was because I opened this. And probably the magma crabs managed to get through. In any case, hopefully this Androzarchus doesn't burn my power stuff. Also, we have double human caravans. And apparently, Hagromol, our Aaron's Dancer's new mayor. No longer do we have a mayor vampire. It's Hagromol now. Now, I know our mayor is not a dwarf per se, but I had to name them. So Exotic the Belligerent is now our Aaron's mayor. I never thought it would come to this, but yeah, we are now ruled by a giant lady with probably giant boobs. After voting for a vampire as a mayor for the last 7 or 8 years, I'm not even surprised they chose this. I basically gave Exotic these 3 rooms, so these 3 bedrooms and basically office, bedroom, and the dining hall, while the tomb still belongs to Kazat the Oathbearer, whose slab we placed over here because of course we could not recover his body. Now let's prepare to trade with these guys. But first I wanted to tell you about my plan how to make more of my dwarves happy. You see, right now the biggest complainers were the Marks dwarves, who were bored training day in and day out. Naturally, I needed them to be alert at all times, not crafting and praying as they wanted to. So I needed them closer to mist generators, and I devised a plan how to force them to go past one on a daily basis. I also decided to build a temple to every deity my dwarves knew about, besides actually making sure nobody was homeless anymore. In any case, a lot of work ahead, but let's trade first. From the Aryans, we're gonna buy all the wood because we do need more wood. We spent most of it. From one set of the humans, we're also gonna buy wood, maybe some instruments. And from the other set of boys, we're just gonna grab the gold nuggets, the tetrahedrite, and I guess the kentrosauruses. Not that they brought us anything else. Also, I assigned a new soldier, Stoneheart, to the Ashen Strangers, mainly because Dorian Pickaxe was badly injured, and since she is smart, I assigned her over here to be a scholar now. So hopefully she's gonna enjoy her new life. Right now she's just chilling at the inn, which, you know what, I appreciate that as well. We had a possessed dwarf, and they started to work something here with pig iron bars. That's the only thing they've got, huh? Bar the blacksmith. That's cool. Also, since we're down here, I can show you this section that I created. This is gonna be a guild hall for blacksmiths. And our blacksmith has created Zabernoram Zastashlid, a pig iron animal trap. She offers it to the Violet Storms. Not something that we really wanted or needed, but it's worth 4,600. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality, and it's encircled with bands of pig iron. That's all there is. You know what? We're gonna put it on a pedestal right here. Also, in the meantime, while I was doing all of that, Thicket the brewer was throwing a tantrum and started a fight, and some people got injured from that. Anyway, with this trap settled over here, let me then tell you about my plans for making my Marks dwarves more comfortable. So, I built a stairway down here, and we're gonna build a couple new bedrooms over in this corner, which I will assign to Marks dwarves. It's gonna be easy for them to get down here, and then they'll have to go past this mist generator and in here. It's gonna be a bit of a tight fit for all these bedrooms, but that should be enough of them, I think. Actually, we're gonna be missing one. Or maybe I'm gonna put them in this corner over here. They can have a nice closet back there. Apparently, we do have a bunch of rats invading us right now as well. These bastards came in here with steel weapons. I have a feeling this might severely hurt my people. One of them somehow managed to fall down here and get out of the magma, while the rest are going to be meeting my people right about now, and hopefully my people can destroy them. They did destroy them. I think we have a couple of Cardinal Towers and Androzarchuses to replace again. Oh, for crying out loud. The stupid brewer is throwing a tantrum again. He destroyed a bunch of workshops over here, and I have everybody fighting. Proper brawl. We have a bunch of people in hospitals, so somebody died. How did you get killed over here, though? One of the Axe Lords? It was Dorsey Helm. Why would you do that, Dorsey? Anyway, we're gonna, I think, convict Thicket of the crimes he caused, or I guess the crimes she caused. And after she gets the sutures and the dressing she requires, we might have to send her over yonder to Twisting. I see our Captain of the Guard now beat the shit out of the brewer who caused all these issues. Needs a bit more suturing and cleaning apparently now. You know what, Thicket? Yeah, we're gonna go to Twisting. Go, you can take the child away, sure. We don't want none of the troublemakers here. Thicket is now slowly leaving, and by slowly I mean really slowly. She hasn't been treated for her wounds, so hopefully she actually survives the trip over there. But in any case, good riddance. Let's go back to these bedrooms. I assigned the bigger one over here to Gloomy Direskull and Shark, who, you know, are leading the Marks Dwarfs, and the rest were assigned over here. Also gonna give them a couple of statues to look at as they traverse these lands. And of course, their old bedrooms we're gonna be assigning to other people. Also, apparently, Dorian Pickaxe became a student of the rotting immortal engineer Bodacious G. Apparently, they are right now discussing foraging behavior, so hopefully Dorian Pickaxe can learn something from that. Now, with these Marks Dwarfs sleeping nicely and tightly, I wanted to do something around this mist generator because nobody really was passing by here. So I made this a barracks, which means it's time we create a new squad. And this squad shall be known as Bothanil, the Murky Hammers. Right now they are missing a couple of shields and backpacks. I'm in the process of making that, and they're being led by Gimli Likmahama, the new militia commander. And the rest of the dwarves are now picking up their equipment, and I named them all. So we have Thorin, Steve II, Brockner Hanmafist, Lover's Rock, Tassilus, Grand Bloodaxe, Gunnar and Gunnarsson, and then Hender. Now yes, these guys are going to be some of our less experienced soldiers, but now we have a quarter of our population being, well, soldiers. Which is only appropriate, because we will want to go out there and raid again. We'll want to have our revenge against all the nearby raiders that are coming towards us. And you see the rat folk has been taking over some places over here from the Aryans. So why don't we send the Ashen Strangers over there and see if we can, well, pillage the place and maybe save some prisoners. At the same time, I'm gonna be sending Grognak out there again to make contact with some more humans that I've noticed that we haven't had contact before with. Take care, squad. Hopefully you'll come back. Well, they're already back, and they went to pillage this place. They killed a bunch of rat folk, and then they searched the place and found absolutely nothing. So that was totally worth it. Grognak is also back, and apparently his proposal was not very successful. Also, Ephraim was injured by a ghostly woodcutter. I was not even aware we had a ghostly woodcutter. Well, somebody go quickly rescue her, please. Apparently she lost a leg. That's really unfortunate. I'm gonna need a slab instantly. All is not lost though, because we have some new caravans arriving. Although apparently the trade sentiments are terrible. I traded you 43,000 in value, and your trade sentiments are terrible. That's, well, you know what, guys, you're dicks. I'm gonna go find somebody else to trade with. Grognak is gonna go meet some elves. Hopefully these guys down here are gonna be more friendly. So I think I figure out where Alath the Ghost is from, It's when the magma crabs attacked us down here. They killed, I guess, the woodcutter and also a child, and their corpses burned, so we couldn't bury them. I think that was it. Hence why we have the ghostly woodcutter here. And we also have an empty tomb with a child here. Yes, so that's gonna be it. Now, I'm gonna be setting up a new temple right here. And this is gonna be to the god of the lavender summer, a god of hunting and revenge. And since I did place the 2 slabs for the people who weren't buried, now Alaf the ghostly woodcutter has finally been put to rest. Also in the meantime, Grognak has returned from the Elven lands and his proposal of trade was a great success. I'm gonna be buying some books from the Naga now, and a steel battle axe from the dwarves, and a book from them as well. I'm also gonna give them a gift, just so they are not gonna be such penises next time, and maybe they'll bring more. But also, I'm gonna be sending Grognak there, trying to improve trade relations again, in hopes that he can improve the trade with those guys. And let's hope he comes back successful. Well, Grognak is back, and apparently his proposal was a spectacular failure, so I am sure our trade is gonna go well. I'm also setting up a new meeting area over here, which means it's gonna be a new temple. This one to the god Ator, the god of mountains, volcanoes, fire, the sun, the sky, and also rainbows. With these bedrooms done over here also means that everybody who's adult now actually has their own bedroom. Finally, no more homeless dwarves. There are though like 27 homeless children though, so that's something we're gonna have to fix next. I want to make this inn area a bit more alive as well, so I set up 2 more temples over here where we have some of our artifacts on display. The first is going to be the temple to Risen, the god of jewels, wealth, and trade. And the second is going to be the temple to Defense of Sanctuary, the god of fortresses. If my people want to worship here, well, then they can. Also, I think we have gotten rid of most of the very angry dwarves now. Of course, some are still unhappy and, well, that mostly being Mark's dwarf still. But at least my children are not extremely upset anymore like they used to be. So I think that life at 8 Gotham Rock Bottom is getting better, especially since Zephon the Bone Carver has now been taken by Feymood and is gathering the items. Iron bars? That's a good choice. Let's see what he makes us. And Zephon, our moody dwarf, has created Oberthat, a Carnotaur's Bone Floodgate. He offers it to the Violet Storms. I don't think we can put a floodgate on a display, can we? In any case, it's worth 8,700. Of course, all craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It's encircled with bands of point-cut rose quartzes, cave spider silk, and all nice cabochons. It menaces with spikes of Carnotaur's bone, iron, and rope reed. And there's an image of Lorban Caviels, the dwarf in granite. And also an image of Armoring the Direct Mug in Sport Tree. What are we gonna do with this thing? We're gonna do something special over here that's really not gonna serve anything. It's not gonna serve a special purpose, but we're gonna create a small pond over here that we're gonna fill with water, and that floodgate is gonna, well, hold it closed. While that's being built, down below over here, I am setting up yet another temple. And this is gonna be for Id, the god of earth. That is also the final big temple that I wanted to build. The rest are basically very tiny, worshipped by like one person maybe. So none of the gods that really matter that much. I built a couple more bolt throwers over here, and I was looking at how much ammo we've got. That is a lot of ammo. Mostly they are bone bolts, but we have butchered so many creatures that I am not surprised that we have so many bone bolts. Wow, that was a great timing, because a wild force of darkness had just arrived, and the army is commanded by the Null Vera, youthful strapped, a competent commander, and they have Null Macemen. But also, they have a War Danatherum, plus a bunch of horses who are hauling rambutan wood blocks. That's a lot of wood blocks there. I told my people to raise the bridge, but otherwise I hope we can soon start shooting these guys. Because some of my animals are already fleeing, and we do have a couple people shooting there, that's good. Oh, and somebody's building here. I can see them doing something here. What are you gonna do there? Well, I guess we're gonna see. For now, these guys are being pegged slowly but surely. And while some of them are running after my animals, I don't think they're gonna be able to achieve that much. And I think their engineers are also getting wrecked over there. So for now, I guess we wait and see. And watch these guys get slaughtered. There's a stack of their engineers over there. They're all seriously injured. I don't think they're going to be building anything. Also, their horses who are carrying all the stuff are getting murdered. Yeah, I'd say these defenses are doing pretty well right now. Although a bunch of my Carnotowers are getting slaughtered over here by these gnolls. Although I think that if they manage to get down here, they're not long for this world. Their engineers are all dead as well. I think my Carnotowers are also gonna be all dead over here, but we also have like a million of them, so that's not really a problem. And since there's not that many remaining, we're gonna lower the bridge now. Also, we actually have had a victim in this. One of the brewers, looks like he slipped and fell. Just 2 flights of stairs over here, broke his head. Amazing. Not exactly what we wanted to have happened, but it is what it is now, I guess. These guys have also ruined my stairs here, which is kind of a dick move, but they will now pay for it by my soldiers. Let's go. Well then, life is back to normal. We just have to recover the corpses. Maybe assign the last of the Androzarchuses that remain. You would think that these giant dinosaurs would last a bit longer against enemy who's got spears. But then again, spears counter cavalry. And maybe these big dinosaurs are just, well, I guess big cavalry. This place right now doesn't really smell that well. There's a lot of corpses, but some of these corpses still have stuff like these bronze shields that we'll want to melt. So we're just gonna have to suffer through this miasma for a little bit longer before we send all these bodies into the crusher. Also, I rebuilt the trade depot right here, and well, our entrance to the base is slightly more ornate now, shall we say. I do want to keep this place open so people can actually park their, not buses, their wagons. That being said, I still want to floor all this up. And since we are completely and utterly out of basalt now, I'm gonna have to use different materials. So forgive me if this is not all in uniform colors, but I think this is much more complete now than it was ever before. And that is my goal now, to basically complete all of the floors of our tiny base that we are occupying. Animals can have nice floors as well. And I see we hit spring again, which means we've been here for 10 years, but first of spring means Sigurd the Bard has been found dead. I've never had this many people die of old age in one playthrough. It's just sad. We're gonna bury him somewhere over here, right there. But also, Monum, the miner, has given birth to a girl while mining down here. Well, you know what? Life goes on. And since we have now survived 10 years over here in this fort, the tiniest one of them all, why are more birds interrupting my speech? We also have the cook give birth to a boy. Very nice. As I said, we survived 10 years here now. I wanted to do that, which means the last goal that we have here now is really to make this pretty and perfect as it should be. The survival portion is done, but well, the job is still ahead. We need more temples and we need more homes for all the children who are currently homeless. Let's go make sure they're homeless no longer. And speaking of children, Shark, the Marks Dwarf, has also given birth to a girl. We had 3 births now. You know what? That's what I get for complaining about people dying of old age. Maybe I should complain more. Oh, we also have our very first elven caravan from the guys who Grognar got them on our side. That's good to see, elves. I'm not quite sure what I can trade you though. Maybe some iron armor. Maybe I'll want that. I got a bunch of wood, so I'm gonna grab that. And they also have a giant grizzly bear, which is kind of cool. Let's grab this. Well, that was our first trade with the elves, and we didn't even rob them. What can I say? We are nice people. Good people who got invaded by a bunch of rats with pokey sticks right now. And I'm guessing they will now kill some of my dinosaurs, which, let's be real, I'm not the biggest fan of. But worry not, my dwarves are coming. Although Simon Lane there was quite alone amongst them all. And I didn't see it happen, but apparently Gimlet, Oakenshield, fell into magma. Clumsiest little shits ever. So, Infinite Wingwang became the new recruit over here, who's gonna replace him for that good old Kenshi vibe. I guess welcome to the squad, buddy. Oh, would you look at that? Gimlet Oakenbarrow has been missing for a week. We're just gonna engrave a slab for him. And to celebrate such an unnecessary death, Toon the blacksmith has been taken by a Fey mood and is now gathering items. I'm not sure exactly what my Moody Dwarf is missing, because we have everything she's requesting. She gathered a lot of silk cloth and we have everything else, so I'm not sure exactly what her problem is. Oh, she's finally getting items. Okay, I guess we got what she needed. Oh, she wanted more silk cloth. That's what it was. She didn't have enough silk cloth, even though she's got a whole ton, so that's what she was waiting for. And I realized we had so many titano boas already. Holy shit. You know what? We're gonna train these for war as well. And then they can join, well, the rest of the animals who fight for us, like the giant carnivores and the last of the Androzarchuses. That's gonna allow us to learn a few facts about Titano Boa training. Also, by the way, this pond has been completed over here. I don't know exactly what this represents, but it's kinda cool, isn't it? Also, I just noticed we have a couple of new Kentrosaurus apparently. No wonder my FPS is dropping. We have like hundreds upon hundreds of animals in this fort. Maybe we should eat some. By the way, our Moody Dwarf has now been gathering various cloth items for the last 2 seasons, which tells me she's bugged out. If I remember correctly, this bug happens when the workshop is inside of a guild hall. So, we're gonna have to get rid of the guild hall on this side, let's say. Now I think if you forbid the items they have already gathered or something like that, then that can like restart the whole process. Now let's see if they can figure it out next. She brought a piece of silk cloth. Let's see what she picks up next. Oh nice, she's going for the blocks now. Okay, that should have done it then. And there she goes. She is going to work now, working furiously and not using all the cloth. And Toon the blacksmith has created Ima Stolon, a bronze sarcophagus. She offers it to the Violet Storms. Damn, that thing is beautiful. Look at that. It's worth 7,800 only. Of course, all craftsmanship is of the highest quality. There's lots of cloth and spider silk there. There's also an image of Armor Ink, the Diorite mug in bronze on it, and an image of Famim Day Gorges, the elf, and a cave dragon in cave spider silk. The cave dragon is striking down Famine Day Gorges. The artwork relates to the killing of the elf Famine by a cave dragon in mole spider in the contingent or horns in the early summer of 104 during Etosp Ospu, the Sieges of Rage. We don't have any nobles who would request a tomb over here after our Baron went for a swim in magma. So we might throw it in like an unnamed tomb at some point, but first we got traders from the Aryans and humans as well. Oh, and there's another set of humans arriving. Come on in, boys. Actually, 2 more sets of humans. So from the Aryans for now we're gonna buy some logs and their alcohol plus some reading material. Some more reading materials from the other humies, some instruments from the second set of humies and their scrolls and books, and the same from the last set of merchants. That's gonna be great for our library, which already has 226 written objects. Very, very, very nice. I forgot to show you, I have set up 2 new temples over here. I haven't actually assigned them to any gods, so this one's gonna be to Hizu, the god of treachery and lies, and the other one is gonna be to Lurid, the god of mountains. Now, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but if you look at our pets and livestock, there's about 1 million of them, and there's a problem because a lot of velociraptors and microceratoses and Kentrosauruses just hatched that they were not supposed to hatch anymore. We are supposed to gather their eggs and, well, eat them, cook them, or sell them. But somehow they got fertilized and didn't get gathered up, and now we have a giant baby boom again. Let's be real, my 2 butchers' workshops are, yeah, they are not coping. We're gonna need to build a bunch more butcheries. This is definitely gonna stink up the place here. Look, I love the dinosaurs, but they breed way too fast. We just got like 200 velociraptor hatchlings in a second. In any case, lots of work for the butchers now. And I also set up some cages where we're going to be throwing in some extra hatchlings that we might try to sell or throw at somebody at least. All these animals running around now, also causing frame issues. We went from like 70 frames per second down to 16 now. Let the great butchering begin. There's no way we can store all the meat that's gonna come from this, although I will try, so I'm setting up a new section over here. While the great butchery happens, I also assign this shenanigan over here. This is gonna be another temple, and here we're gonna worship the Misty Rose, the god of creation and the seasons. I feel like this machinery represents creation quite well. Also, there's a slab engraved with Gimlet Oaken Barrel's final words. May he rest in pieces in lava somewhere. I also continue to create new bedrooms, which can be occupied by our children. And as it stands right now, we only need like 6 more bedrooms. That's looking pretty good. As the summer slowly goes to the end, I'm building more butcher stables out here. Would have thought that butchers would be the ones taking over this place, huh? In the end, it was always them. And also, one of the children got moody and possessed, and is gonna be making something cool, I'm sure. I'm gonna be establishing a glassmakers guild. We haven't actually made any glass, but over the years I've been buying some sandbags, because there is no sand on this map. So we're gonna go and we're gonna make as much glass as we can. It's only gonna be the basic green glass, and unfortunately there's not gonna be much of it. Also, our dwarven child Imish has created a Vuz Timshur, a nice crown. She offers it to the Violent Storms. Oh, thank you for a nice crown. It's actually worth 21,000. That's amazing. All craftsmanship is of course of the highest quality, and it's got a bunch of cabochons and other cabochons, and it's encircled with more cabochons and such. Beautiful thing for sure. I'm actually gonna go and I'm gonna assign that crown to Exotic the Belligerent, our mayor, who has, well, nothing assigned to them yet. So, you know what? Whoever's gonna lead us deserves a crown, to be honest. Also, I am proud to announce that this was the last bedroom we had to assign. The only couple of people without bedrooms now are, well, a couple of dwarven babies who are not old enough to move out on their own. And yes, through all of that, the butchering continues. We have butchered hundreds upon hundreds of animals, and the FPS is nicely back. I also just trashed a bunch of food because I knew that with not enough storage for it, it's just gonna go bad. In fact, I'm destroying so much of this that I'm considering building a new crusher right here, right next to this place. It's gonna be indeed quite the sight. Also, we have a new trade caravan from Sierra Besmo, the guys who I have traded millions with. Not really millions, but the overall trade sentiments are still terrible. Let's go send Grognak out there again. Let's try to improve trade. You know what? I'm gonna assign another messenger. Led here, the hunter, is pretty good at stuff. He's now gonna be known as Corvus, and Corvus is gonna go improve trade over yonder as well. Let's see if 2 messengers can do what 1 couldn't. Now, for trading, I'm gonna bring every single egg we've got over yonder. I'm just gonna give it to them, even though it's worth a lot. Oh wow, actually, the caravan from my hometown has arrived after many years, the first one. And there's also a bunch of Naga boys. Outpost Liaison is here, again for the first time in years. Nobody's got wagons anymore, but this could still turn interesting. Let's see what our own people brought us. Not much, but we'll buy whatever they've got. At least there is 1 book. You know what? You guys can get my hen eggs, and I'm gonna give them a gift of hen eggs worth 16k. Yeah, you can have all of that. Naga's got a saltwater crocodile for us. We don't have that one, and it's just 1, so it's not gonna overpopulate the fort. We also have a wizard's book. Yeah, we'll take all of that. And then the third dwarves at least have some steel items that I can grab, and a couple of scrolls. You know what? I'm gonna go back to my own dwarves, and I'm gonna give them all the Carnotaur eggs that we've got. That's worth 15k. We don't want them, You guys can have them. It's a beautiful gift just for you. And well, with that, our trade is now done. Let's see if that crocodile actually needs salt water or he can be on land. Nope, it can be on land. It's hiding behind some dinosaurs here, but yeah, he's there. Also, both of my messengers are back. Grognuk's proposal was a spectacular failure, while Corby's proposal was just a failure. Oh, look at that. We have now become a county once again. Does that mean that we get a baron again? Doesn't seem so. Well, I'm just happy. My boys are back. My representatives from my homeland are back, because that might mean we will get some more migrants for the first time after months, if not years as well. Although first, we might have to deal with some of these invaders that are coming in. Oh no, the Carnotowers are dealing with them. Are you also jumping into magma? Yes, they are. Aww, Carnotowers. Oh well, at least those that were here dealt with the invaders. It was just like a couple of thieves, so a little bit of death never hurt nobody. My work continues to make Rock Bottom a better place, so we are flooring and walling everything up. We're gonna have a bridge over here that's gonna allow me to continue mining down here, but also, you know, prevent any access around this way. Also gonna go and we're gonna bridge it up over here, because this is kind of a hole in our base that maybe somebody could exploit. Hopefully not. Those two bridges also allow me to complete the circle of levers over here because I'm gonna be connecting them. I'm also continuing making more temples. This is where they can worship the defensive fortress, god of fortresses. We also have a new moody dwarf. Tobel is gonna grab some resources. And Tobel the Weaver has created Savot Licit Dastot Anam, a frilly rope reed left mitten. She claims it as a family heirloom. Well, let's be real, it's not worth that much, and it doesn't even have a sprite because it's just a left mitten. But then again, all craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It's encrusted with rectangular, nice cabochons. It's made from rope reed cloth, and the thread is silver with a mixture of red root dye, bayberry leaf dye, and birch bark dye. This object menaces with spikes of rope reed. On the item is an image of half moon in willow. I think they just stored it in here for now. You know what? For now, I will allow it as a family heirloom, but if you need it later down the line, I will recover it. Now, while she was making that mitten, I made a new temple over here. This one is gonna be for Datan the Aquamarine Iron, the god of metals, worshipped by just one dwarf. Which means we only have to build 10 more temples. Yes, 10 more. I feel like we're already running out of space in our tiny little base. But worry not, we still have some options, especially down here and even over here. So in an attempt to include our pond into something, I created a new temple here. And this is going to be a temple to the god with the best name, Seth Snackromances, the god of family, children, pregnancy, and creation. You'll have to see it, to be honest. And since our wood stockpile is quantum these days, we don't really need the stockpile to be this big, so I'm going to be turning this side into temple as well, and some smaller ones here as well. Now the big one's going to be temple to Nar the Dead, the god of death. And then the smaller ones is gonna be dedicated to Limar, the god of jewels and wealth, and Inefa Rosililix, the god of nature and rivers. The next one is probably the saddest looking temple of them all. It's got a bunch of machinery here and such. And it's gonna be dedicated to Skayfugar, the god of discipline, laws, and the seasons. A god that Exotic the Belligerent and Ninja Monkey are two giant ladies pray to. So while it might not be in the most prestigious of locations, it's kind of understandable. It's only the two weird ladies, right? It's that time again. A wild force of darkness is attacking us in late winter, led by Ratfolk Hiswurdrigorgarnjaben. Yes, exactly, a competent commander. This might not turn out to be too fun for our Carnotowers, but you know what? That's why we bred them. So they're gonna be disposable animals. Oh, good. Oh, these are going through them fast. Holy shit. Hopefully somebody gets on these and starts shooting. There you go. That's the spirit. But oh well, the bridge has now been lifted. So these guys, I'm not sure where you're going besides trying to eat my titanium boss. So basically, all we have to do now is wait and watch these guys perish. I did see one of the Carnotaurs fall down though, and he wasn't alone. But now rats, after you deal with all my animals, what you gonna do? It seems like they're mostly just standing here waiting to get pegged. I don't think they brought any siege engineers with them, so they could actually build across. I have a feeling that might be a slight problem for you rats, although I think some of them are already trying to flee. There is no fleeing. All of you shall perish now. Indeed, they all perished. Time to release the bridge again and send the Ashen Strangers to kill the final rats. I'd say that was a job well done. Now we have to get rid of all these many corpses and take their weapons and melt them. My dwarves are not gonna be happy seeing all these corpses, not at all. In fact, they instantly got mad. Alas, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Also, bringing more Carnotaurs here. And while the war was raging on, I also managed to floor up this whole giant section over here, which is basically storage for our furniture. So that's another achievement completed. But then it's early spring again, which means more deaths of old age. Shorticus, the Mark's Dwarf, and Tessalus, the Wrestler, have been found dead. You know what, game? Fuck you with those old age deaths. They're starting to get really annoying, and I need more tombs now. And I need to assign you fighting dwarfs. So Grape Eater took over Shorticus' previous job, and Shrinkin joined the Murky Hammers. Now Tessalus was buried down here, so right now we have like 5 empty tombs. Please stop dying. Oh, we got elven merchants coming in again. Let's see what they've got for us. I guess we can buy some of their instruments. Unfortunately, that's about it. I bought some crutches and splinters just so we were buying something. In return, they can have some gizzard stones. Now back to figure out where the hell can we squeeze in more weird temples. The answers might surprise you. This is now going to be a temple to Sai Kukre, the meanness of bones, maybe? Who knows? Anyway, the god of weather, misery, and torture. And then on this side, we have the saddest looking temple ever. The temple to Histse's Baker's Cake, the god of food. Also, we have a dude coming in here, just a thief, just running past us. Nobody reacts to him. Can we go slay, please? Nobody jump down though. Where did he go? What are you doing in there? Are you releasing all my little dinosaurs? Can't really say that ended up well for him. We have to now go pick up all the microceratuses that are just running around. Well, would you look at that? We actually have migrants for the first time in ages. Looks like our traders actually brought back some good news. The Tool of Brains, who I've actually noticed they have taken over a couple of fortresses over here, I think from the rat folk. So we're back to 196 in population now. And we need more bedrooms. I also see that the babies have grown up, so they're gonna need bedrooms. 2 bedrooms created down here, and 7 more shall be created over here in our smelting area. Well, that went much faster than it usually goes. All the bedrooms for the newcomers already done. With the bedrooms done, it's time to go back to building some temples. And this one right here is gonna be dedicated to Gergilmal, the god of fate, which means only 2 temples remain. The first one shall be dedicated to Naisikisai, the water of you, the god of fertility and salt. Terrible name, but a lovely temple nonetheless. And the final temple shall be dedicated to Suga, the god of wind, the sky, and the sun. And there it is. Our temples are completed. We have it all. Now, since it's summer, we also have humans and Aryans coming to trade with us. Now, before we trade with all these boys, I just wanted to celebrate that Exotic the Belligerent has been re-elected as mayor. So no longer we have vampires as a ruling council. For second year in a row, the Vulcan the Drunk has not been elected. Oh, we also have 4 more migrants arriving, which means we are back to 200 population. While we trade over here, we're also gonna build them their new bedrooms. Alright, so Aaron's got some platinum bars for us that I'll gladly take, and a bunch of instruments as well, plus some steel gauntlets. The first of the humans has got an instrument as well, and some sandbags that we're gonna grab, plus a scroll. The second human's got gold nuggets, more instruments, and plenty more reading materials. And the last of the humans just got 1 scroll. Now with the trading done, we can check on the bedrooms, which are slowly but surely being made down here. And just like that, once again, again, everybody's got a bedroom. And this floor is complete. In fact, soon, pretty much every floor will be complete. Just don't be afraid if you see a bearded dwarf staring at you from the floor as you go to the tombs. In any case, I'm building a couple more bolt throwers down here, and that's gonna complete this floor. This one is done. This one is feature complete. Let's zoom out a bit. This one is done. This one is quite nicely done as well. This one as well. So is this one. So is this one. That's the inn section. Then we have the farm area. We could do something down here. I'll think about what we can do. And then last but not least, I have left this empty area here with a purpose. You see, we are a very wealthy metropolis. We have a lot of population. We have exported a lot of goods. So there's a chance that one day a king might move into our fort. I might not be around to see it, but that does not mean we should not prepare proper place for the king to live. And that's exactly what we're gonna do over here, right above the magma pool. The building down here probably means we should send these Carno towers somewhere else, because right now they're just gonna be in the way. Go defend the homeland, please. We had a couple of Ixtids come attack us. They were just a bunch of thieves, and the Carno Towers actually dealt with them. And we had Melbel the farmer claim a stoneworker's workshop because she's in fame mood. Also, for the king, we are preparing iron chambers, is what we're gonna call them. This is gonna be a bit more open-ended. There's gonna be a throne room, quite open. His large dining room, quite open, and then the bedroom and the tomb will be closed a bit more. Also, I believe my moody dwarf got broken again. There's a lot of cloth here. Well, we know the drill. Let's get this out of here. Let's forbid some of the crap she gathered. Yeah, that's done it. Now she's working furiously. And she has created Nitem Tegir, a nice bracelet. She offers it to the Violet Storms. The bracelet itself is worth 17k, which is great because we can throw that into the throne room. And there's an image of Mama's buried abbeys, the dwarf and dwarves in Raleigh, on this item. It relates the ascension of dwarf Momus to the position of Queen of the Tool of Brains in the late autumn of 213. Are you trying to say me that we now have a queen, not a king? Yeah, that's not even a problem. That's completely fine. We can build a queen's room as well, not just a king's room. The entrance is going to be framed by a couple of bucklers. And then the main floor is going to be iron. The sides will be nice though. And there shall be some gold statues lined up here. Ah, perfect. Our outpost liaison is now here, so we'll be able to show her exactly what we're working on. And she's meeting with Exotic the Belligerent to talk about that. Well, once again, we have been made into a county, I think for the third time now. Maybe the king isn't coming after all, he's just trying to make us feel better about ourselves. No matter, let's go trade with these guys first. We're gonna buy the wood from Naga, and a shell steel scimitar, plus a shell steel shield. That and a scroll. As for my own people, we got some steel bars that we ordered. We can take this instrument and the sand that I also ordered, plus the 2 extra books they brought. Also, I offer you the gift of Carno Tower eggs and more Carno Tower eggs. Now go home and tell your queen that we are very, very wealthy. I also brought this Nitem Tegir over here, a beautiful item that's going to be on display in what is to be a bedroom. Well, building on that, Sultan Rahman, one of our Marks dwarfs, has been constantly throwing tantrums. So he went on a mission, and he's now going to live at Twistin with all the rest of the people we send there. As I said many times, we do not need troublemakers. And speaking of troublemakers, Doran over here, the stoneworker, has been possessed by unknown forces. And she has created Tabarish, a magnetite bracelet. She offers it to the Violet Storms. Tabarish is not really a work of art. It's only 3,800 in value. Of course, all craftsmanship is of the highest quality, and it is encrusted with cushioned magnetite cabochons. Well, you know what? Maybe we're gonna put it up here in the tomb somewhere. There it is. It's in a pedestal right over here. And of course, we want to make sure it's behind some bars. Right here in that black spot, we're gonna put Imastalon. I think it's gonna fit nicely. Now, this is probably the single coolest set of rooms that I have ever designed, and I think I love them. They are fit for a queen. What's not fit for a queen is this thief that is trying to die, I guess. Clean it up, boys, clean it up. With that, pretty much all the floors are done. There's just one tiny remainder over here, I guess. There's nothing too special that we can do here. The areas where animals can graze, we want to leave as they are. And whatever remains here, we're gonna use as storage. Storage for, well, the biggest thing that we'll need storage for, which is blocks, of course. We're also gonna be butchering a lot more animals now, and training some more into war animals, gaining knowledge along the way. Somebody fell into magma. Oh, for crying out loud. I've been flooring this up, and I noticed that somebody has been lost. It was the armorer Alath Sid. Well, that's unfortunate. There's nothing we can do about it now. Besides Alath, the armorer who's been missing for a week, a Carnotaur also fell down. I saw it happen. This bridge is just too busy right now. Anyway, let's engrave a slab. We're gonna slab that slab into this temple over here in memoriam. And then apparently we gotta prepare ourselves for another wild force of darkness has arrived, commanded by the no Ja gold spiders. We're gonna have to pull the bridge now, and if that makes any of these fly, so be it. But we barely just escaped in here, and these guys are, wow, they're going through our Carnotaurs fast. I think every animal actually made it to safety. Their first hyenas are down here now though, but we also started pegging them, and I saw one of them fly down. They do have their engineers this time around as well, so they're gonna try to build a bridge across. Looks like they're doing it in the same spot as they did it last time, or at least tried to do it last time. I don't think this is gonna end particularly well for them. Not that it ended well for my animals, but hey, it'd be like that sometimes. These guys who managed to get down here and kill my war animals are kind of stuck now. Well, just fighting the war animals still. And the engineers, pretty much the last survivors, plus their horses, of course. Which means that only these hyenas remain, and not for long. Let's get back to work then, shall we? And somebody's definitely gonna have to clean up all this blood as well. It's spring again, which means we've been around for 12 years now. Thankfully, we did not get a notification that somebody died. I do see a dead duck here though, so I guess that's one that died, and a goat apparently as well, but no humans, and that makes me happy. After we fully clean this up, we're gonna wait and see if the migrant wave might bring our queen over yonder, and if it doesn't, that is just as well. But I can say that the grand entrance is complete, even though there is some vomit here, but I think this looks pretty nice. We could put down some statues and such as well, but I know that invaders will just knock them down, so maybe not. Although first, we got the elves coming here to trade, so we'll take that. We'll buy some of their instruments, and I cannot say no to a giant green tree frog. Unfortunately, that's about it. Apparently, the fortress attracted no migrants this season, so all my many offerings and exports, the beautiful rooms that I have created for our queen, apparently none of that has been good enough. Well, you know what? It might not be good enough for our queen, but it's gonna be good enough for the man who has led us through this whole long journey. Our expedition leader, Stag the Cannibal. You can have this new bedroom. All of this now belongs to you, Stag. And if the queen doesn't want us to be part of her kingdom, maybe Stag the Cannibal is gonna start a new kingdom here. A kingdom full of snakes, dinosaurs, and giant wild dogs. A kingdom with a tiny capital, yes, but one protected by void and magma, and the many sturdy fighting dwarves. It's been a joy and a pleasure creating this fortress for you guys. It's been amazing to see your dwarves come to life, and also death, but every journey must come to an end. So all I'm gonna say is thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.